All right, all right. Hi guys, how are you? And welcome to my very first live alone on TikTok, right here on kgosietsile.fm5. The one that we always use whenever we do our video shows. Again, whenever we do our video shows. Sorry, not the video shows, man. Whenever we do our, but I can just think. Whenever we do our live shows, remoting, remember remoting, like you see the picture there? Is it this side? I think it's this side. Yeah. That's that one day. Whenever we do our remoting show in the mornings, we are doing that. I'm doing it from this studio. So today I wanted to do a live show, first time ever, alone. On the studio, you can see I'm alone. But the name of the show, this one. Yeah, kgosi.fm, Kgosi Live Show. That is my show, Kilowane, which is there on YouTube under the same name, Kgosi Live Podcast. If you want to watch it, please check it out. And then tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about that one. So thank you so much for joining me again, for joining me right now here on Kgosi Live Podcast. Today, I've always done this. Analyze a video, but doing it live on YouTube or live on Facebook. But now today I wanted to see, let me just do this now, this one on TikTok and see how the reaction will be. And it's a video which has been there on the internet for a very long time, and it fascinates me every time I watch it. And I ask myself, what went wrong with this person? Like, what went wrong with her? For her to really have those kind of views about herself. And as the video go on, we're going to be pausing the video and playing it and then analyzing that. And I want you to give me your honest opinion as well about this video. It's about this girl. She was in Saving the Land, and I don't know what other stories did she act in. She's fluent in Afrikaans, but then she thinks she's a white person just because she was raised by white people. From the age of I think 14, if I'm not mistaken, but she will tell us. Come on, So I was just surprised that now we have this person who thinks that they are white just because they were raised from a young age, as young as 14, up until they become a woman and they believe already they are white. She knows her family is from Brits. The grandmother took her because the mother could not take care of her. The grandmother took her, and she took her to, our grandmothers were working as maids, so they've got quarters, they've got like rooms at the back, right? So the grandmother took her when she was still a child, and then she lived with the grandmother in the room at the back of these white people's house, and they stay there, and all of a sudden, these white people, they adopted her in a way. They took her in, and then she lived in the house. But she now say she is white. So welcome again to my life, man. My name is Segongane, and this is Kgosi Live Show, as you can see at the top. Is it one? This one? Yeah, at the top there. Kgosi Live Show coming to you live on kgosi.fm5 on TikTok and Kgosi FM Studios. Right, you can see at the back. You can see my T-shirt. It says Kgosi FM here. So, Bon, I want you guys to talk to me and tell me what you think about this one. I'm going to make an analysis, a very beautiful one, and I want you guys to talk to me and tell me what you think. And please like the live. Tell me what you think about the live. Tell me what your honest opinion are going to be about this one, because it's really fascinating. For me, I'm like, hey, my God, okay, my lioness, oh, dog, oh, hi. Yeah, so please and follow the our page as well, Kgosi FM, kgosi.fm5, okay? And let's go through this video because it's very fascinating, Whenever I watch this, I'm like, what's going on here? I'm like, is it really happening? Is this really real or what? So, your honest, I want your honest opinion about this one. Your honest, very much honest opinion about this one. So, let's not waste no more further time. Let's just go in and then we do this. And please like the live. Like it as much as you can. Let's make it to 10,000. I'm alone today. Every morning I'm with some people. So today I'm alone. So let's do this and see. And please send me those three. Jacobs, thank you so much, my darling. Thank you so much for the roses that you've sent me. Hey, Limo, let me just do this. Hi, Lerato More. That's my niece. Thank you, my girl, for joining me. So please like the live, guys, and then let's talk, okay? We're not here to criticize anybody. We're not here to make jokes of anybody. We're just going to see and just have fun. Let's talk about this thing, All right, let's talk about this. So I'm going to play the video. And then, as I said earlier, I'm going to pause it as we go on. Whenever I have a point to analyze, I'm going to pause it a little bit, and then you guys can tell me what you think as well on the comments. If I do the WhatsApp thing, the number is still 064 548 776, 064 548 7176, the same number that we use for the studio whenever we're doing a radio show, okay? You can still use that and send me WhatsApps there and tell me what you think about this video. But most of the time, I would like to hear you saying this here. Okay, the topic is about Lioness. The topic is about the lady that claims that she's white. She's black. She's white. She's black. She says she's white because she was raised by white people. All right, that is the topic for today. So I want you to tell me, because I'm going to play a video that you can see here at the top. I'm going to play that video, and then you guys will tell me what you think about it, okay? All right, I don't want to keep my... Flamiso Malakabi, you took the right turn by doing your radio on TikTok. Oh, thank you, my bro. No, thank you so very much, all right? So please just like the live. Let's make it to 10,000 for tonight only. So let's watch this thing. And then, like I said, we are going to analyze the video, play the video, and you guys will tell me what you guys think. Do you think this makes sense? Do you think this woman needs psychological help? Do you think, you know, and I can see most of our sisters in her, but let me not talk too much. Let me just put it there and then the bonareta. Kimang, Mokoni, queen of all traits are Tobela. If I was not tired, I was gonna come and join. Oh, thank you, Madali. Thank you so much. I really appreciate, man. You'll join me next time. This is the first time I tried this Mokoni, to try this Mokoni. Try this Mokoni. Oh, Mokoni or yeah. No, next time Mushaka please. This is the first time I'm trying this on TikTok alone, but let's see how it goes. Thank you so much. I'll stay blessed. So let me play this video, and then let's take it from there.
In this episode of Unpacked,
what do you see yourself as?
I'm a white person. Am I my grandchild, or am I now these white people's child?
Have you ever dated a black man?
No.
Would you ever date a black man? A few years ago, I met a very fascinating woman, and her story was so interesting, and I'm so grateful that I got the opportunity to talk to her, because sometimes I find we meet people and we have certain expectations about how they should be and who they should be. So, for example, you meet a black person, you're going to expect them to be speaking some native tongue. Or you meet a white person, you expect them to be speaking something else. Now, today's guest is a wonderful woman who also happens to be in the entertainment industry. She's a young black female. However, she was raised pretty Afrikaans. Stay tuned. We have a sit-down discussion with Molefe van Heerden and unpack her transracial adoption journey and story. Known as an actress and media personality to many South Africans, having appeared most recently in the film Hacks, she has graced the small and big screen in Koerenberg, Skoonma, Villarosa and Sevendelaan, to name a few. Born in the 1980s, she was taken in by her grandmother, Maria Mwatse, who lived in Ramakokastad in the northwest after her parents were unable to raise her themselves. She was eventually adopted by the Van Heerdens, the Afrikaans family her grandmother Maria worked for on the farm in Rustenburg. This is her story. Let's unpack. Thank you so much, Marie, for joining us.
Yes.
I have to be honest, I mean, obviously you and I worked together in television production. And initially when I saw your name, I was like, ooh, Marie van Heerden. Okay. Dis 'n mooi poplap naam. And then I met you, I was like, are you Marie? So maybe let's backtrack. Marie, where does that name come from? What's the background of Marie?
Well, it's quite a long story, but to keep it short, my grandma, my authentic, real grandma, her name is Maria.
Maria.
Yes. So when I had to choose my own name, which is another story, we decided to take the A away from Maria, and then it became Marie.
What was the reason to take the A away from Maria?
So she changed her grandmother's name from Maria to Marie to sound more Afrikaans. Did you catch that? And then she said, when I decided to change my name, and I stood for another time, what's going on? Tell me, Lioness she needs help. Yeah, she needs help. And there's people like that, by the way, in our society that are like this one. But I think we're going to get more into this thing as it goes on, because it's actually funny whenever you continue listening. Because, and tell me something. if I adopt a baby of like 5 months or 2 months or even a month, compared to adopting a 14-year-old or a 12-year-old, does a toddler, that baby, little baby, knows anything, or does the 14-year-old know that they are black and they are from a black family and they're anywhere else? And the question will be, what made them now want to change the grandmother's name from Maria to Marie? Let's take a listen.
Well, my adoptive parents told me that I could choose my name. I had a different name, which I'm not going to tell anyone. And so I was like, okay, I would like to be like Tatiana or something incredible like that. And then my parents were like, let's be real, let's get you a normal name. And we just decided, like, my grandma was so special to me, and it was like her for making me adopted. So it was her decision. So we decided, okay, something special, let's give your name Maria to Marie.
So I'm curious. I mean, let's take it back right to the beginning. The viewers that are watching at home already have an idea of what we're going to talk about. But I sometimes find, like what I said, is that we have expectations. And whether your biases are negative or not, we all just naturally have some weird bias. And I think for me, because I've always been a creative, I'm quite liberal and open-minded. It wasn't anything odd. But I know I've met a lot of people be like, how do you not know your home language, kind of a thing. So maybe take us back to upbringing, where you could actually be conscious of your memories. Like your earliest memory, what was that about?
Well, it was difficult because I was the only black child in my primary school, and I spoke Afrikaans, and all the other kids were like, "But you're not supposed to be speaking Afrikaans."
So she knows she's black. Go to mark that one. She knows she's black. I'm like the only black child in a white school. She knew at that age when she was adopted by these white people, she knew she was black. But then, like as the video goes on, she'll be saying like, I'm not a black person, I'm a white person. Only because she speaks Afrikaans. My son speaks English. Junior is 6. His sister is 14. She speaks English as well. But in a school, but in a crèche, English from 0. My Kgosi to go to crèche when she was only 8 months old. And Junior, when I took her in from 6 months, he went to crèche Valley from that age of going 6 months, 6 months or 8 months, I'm not sure. Then he speaks English today. Doesn't make him an English person. He's still a Tswana speaking boy, but only because that the language that he adopted is English. So this woman knows that she's black. Here, she's saying that. But later on the video, she'll be saying, no, I'm not a black person, I'm a black person, I'm a white person. Take a listen to this. Please tell me what you think as we go on, because I want to analyze this video detail by detail. Ne?
You're supposed to speak a black language, and I couldn't. At that stage, my parents both spoke Afrikaans. And it was difficult because I couldn't really fit in anywhere. I wasn't black enough, but I wasn't white enough. So it was hard.
So if we take it back then, you already speak about your primary school experience. How did you find yourself being the only black kid in an Afrikaans school? What was that upbringing like? Because obviously, biologically, you are black. You were born to black parents. What? So maybe let's start there. You were born to mom, and tell us about that journey. Mom, dad, and you being brought into this world.
So mom, dad, they were both teenagers, and then, whoops, I came out. And my grandma just decided this is a toxic relationship. I was busy dying, and she had to find a way to keep me alive. So she was working for this white couple, Kgosi and Molefe van Heerden. And she asked them, listen, can I please raise this child while I'm working for you? And they were like, of course, yes. What can we do to help you?
So what area was that?
That was in about 1986.
So 86, and which area of South Africa was that? Because already when we think Tswana, you're thinking Mafikeng.
It was in the northwest.
Northwest, yes. All right.
So very Tswana. At that stage, my white family, they worked on a farm. They had a farm. So it was, that type of culture. And it wasn't very great to adopt a black child in that era. So,
how did they get to a point where, though, they decided to adopt you? Because Granny says, okay, I've got the situation. Please, can I continue to work but raise this child? I mean, obviously it's natural if children are in a yard together, they're going to be playing. But when does the conversation come where we say, actually, let's make this the real deal?
Well, my parents actually, they were quite open about it. Obviously, it's not like they could hide that I was different.
Yeah.
But they decided only when I'm able to understand what adoption means, then they'll ask me if I wanted to be adopted. So I was about, how old are you when you're in standard 5? Like 13,
yeah, 12, 13.
12, 13. So they came to me like, okay, so this is the situation. You've been living with us since you were like 2 years old. We would like to adopt you like legally. Would you be up for that? So I was like, yes, and I want to change my name. Great, thank you.
Tell us why. So here's what everybody will think. If you say Gran was a worker to people that were working.
Okay, so let's just recap. The granny took her from her family when she was 2 years old, and then she asked the white owners where she was working as a maid to say, listen, can I please bring this child here to come and stay with me in my back room? So she was staying there until she was 12. That's the 10 years outside the house. And when she was 12, that's when they adopted her. They decided to adopt her. Okay, so meaning she has been living 10 years with a granny outside the house. They didn't adopt her when she was 2. If they did, I would say at least, there's somehow that she might think that she's still white, but they adopted her when she was already 12. That is like 10 years later. Ne? So I don't know why the confusion of this person has about what she is and how she is, but let's take a listen.
On a farm. We're already thinking power dynamics, financial dynamics. So, share the picture for us. What does that mean? Were you still, staying in the big room with Gogo, but during the day you got to play with your future siblings, and then eventually it was like one sleepover? Like, how did that happen?
It was difficult because in the beginning, I was with Granny in the back room. Then we moved to Port Elizabeth. I think I was just pre-primary school age. And then I lived in the house, but my gran still lived in the servant quarters. So it was weird. Like, am I my gran's child or am I now these white people's child? Like, it was awkward, but we just went with it. I had a room, but my gran wasn't like a servant. She was still part of the family. She just preferred to live in the servant quarters, and I had a room upstairs.
So for me, the reason this is not odd, I mean, I've met a couple where, they adopted the domestic workers' children and they lived in the house. This thought that kept coming to my head is, what does that feel like for a child where you can't articulate, like what you say, weirdness, where it's like, why at this time Gogo must leave and life continues, which South Africans might say white life continues, privileged life continues, but Gogo's still living so-called impoverished black life.
Not with our family, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like she's the maid and she has to stay away and she can't use our bathrooms or whatever.
Yes.
She was part of the family. Yes. Both of us were part of the family all the time. Her room was just downstairs.
Yes.
So it wasn't like, okay, we're going to eat now, so you need to go.
Yes.
Or you're relieved of your services. It was just like, okay, we all eat together. We all sit around the same table. And when we go to sleep, I go to my room upstairs and she goes to her room downstairs. It was just like that.
When did you have your first conversation, like real conversation about what you observed versus what was actually happening? Because I also find with myself that my perspective...
I actually agree with you, Lioness. She is in a state of denial or disassociation, because the way she analyzes how this whole thing started, it's more of, okay, now they moved to PE, but the granny decided to stay outside, but then she was given a room inside the house to stay in the house. So, I mean, how can you even ask yourself a question of saying, am I still my grandmother's child? At 12 years, by the way, am I still my grandmother's child, or am I this white people's child now? So, I mean, is this the more of, I really want to belong somewhere? I'm embarrassed by my surroundings. I'm embarrassed by my past. I'm embarrassed by anything that is black and associated as black as me. That whenever I get something like, you made them here in Gauteng, for example. Some people will act as if they don't know you. just because they are somewhere, so not to be associated with you because they know where you both come from. I've heard that in Klerksdorp one time. This girl in a school. So I'm in Klerksdorp Mall, that time, 2001, and I'm like, hey, I know you. Hi, how are you? The woman was like looking at me as if she doesn't know me. I'm like, hey, I'm couple like Kgosi from Pretoria High School. Do me a guy. I'm like, so one of those people. So maybe. I get the lioness. Do you think that's the case? Maybe that is the case of this one as well. Not to be seen as a black person and not to be associated with black people because she's embarrassed of where they come. Because like she said, the parents were both teenagers. And the granny took her because they were still young to raise her anyway, which actually she did good for her. But she didn't say, come now become a white person's child. Let's take a listen.
As a child was so warped because you're like small, the world is big, things might seem worse off or more exciting than what they were in reality.
I think in my case, my brothers are way older than I am, so it was difficult to put myself in the family, meaning like, was I different because I'm so much younger than you, or is it I'm different because I'm black and you white? So it was weird. Like I didn't really have a great relationship with my brothers that stage because the age difference. But I think around primary school when kids started to make comments, kids can be very mean. Like they can be mean, and they made me realize like, oh, so I am different. I just thought, okay, well, these white people just adopted me and it's fine. But
she knew that she was black. Remember when the video started? She's like, I was the only black child in a school. So now when those white kids are showing her that you are black, she's now confused all of a sudden. Guys, what's going on here? Someone talk to me, please.
Made me feel like, no, you're different because you're black and your family is white.
So, I mean, obviously when you live in a bubble, it's easy to not experience till you move outside that bubble and people say this doesn't look normal, right? So up until a certain point, like you're already expressing, there was a weirdness, but it wasn't really weird. When did you have that first real conversation that was saying, listen, things are all hunky-dory-do in the house, but you must know when you go outside, X, Y, and Z is going to happen? Or did that actually never happen?
That actually never happened. I think it was a too hard a topic to explain it to me. And also I think for my parents, it was also too hard for them to understand and explain it to themselves. Like we never had like, okay, listen, so people outside of this house are going to be funny. I think also because from the get-go, I knew, like, obviously, I'm adopted, I'm different, and people are going to treat you different. But we never had a talk, like a serious talk.
So, I mean, I'm sure somebody is listening going, if you were living with your mom, how come you didn't learn your language? Like, we're at a point where even in certain households of white families, they'll specifically hire a Zulu-speaking nanny so that their child can pick up another language. So how would you respond to the people who say, you should know your language, you should speak Setswana?
I should, but I didn't have the opportunity to. My gran, she learned Afrikaans when she started working for the Van Heerden family. So when I came along, we just spoke Afrikaans. Yes, obviously I picked up some things and she tried to teach me, but it was never like, okay, so you have to learn your language because it's important but yeah.
Is the Molefe mom's surname, grand surname, or dad's surname?
Molefe is my dad's surname. And I decided to keep it just to always know like where you come from. Like I could have gone with Molefe van Heerden, but I needed to feel like okay, I still belong in the Molefe family.
So now let's fast forward. You are developing as a teenager. At that time, I mean, obviously a lot of people are trying to find themselves and get an understanding of who they are, without even incorporating the creative side of you. You're in the school, you're the only black kid. What is like going through your maturing mind? Are you an angry kid who's frustrated because there's certain conversations you can't have? Or are you just hunky-dory-do in the bubble?
I wish. No.
Yeah.
I hated everyone and I felt like the world owes me because why am I here and why am I black and why don't I have black friends? or know anything about the black culture. Nothing. I mean, like my own parents couldn't even do my hair because they didn't even know how to. I always felt like the sore thumb sticking out, and it sucked. People didn't understand me, and I couldn't even understand me because like I had no one to talk to or make me understand or help me because my life was white.
The reason I'm saying it's so deep is because from the outside, do you sometimes even feel that maybe people think you have a privileged perspective? Because, when you speak, it sounds like you're almost a bit of a tortured soul, frustrated, because it doesn't matter where you run. It's almost like lose-lose. But the perspective might be, wow, missy, kind of a thing.
I got it like when I think it was in varsity. I can remember a couple of times I'll go to like a convenience store or whatever, and the lady at the till will speak to me in Zulu or Tswana or whatever. And I do understand a little bit. It's not like I'm completely, And then I would respond in English because I'm not that fluent. And then she'd be like...
No, Lioness, the thing is, this person really, really wants to be white. I saw you, yes, you can speak Tswana like me fluently, and your kids as well, they do. This person really wants to be white. He doesn't want to be seen as black. So her excuses were like, the culture was not taught culture. You don't get taught culture. Like I said earlier, my son is 6 years, junior. He speaks English, but he can understand Tswana. When I call him Tlakwan, he comes. When I speak to him in Tswana, he can understand exactly. But he responds in English because the language he's been using at school has been English. I'm speaking English now because some people are watching it that maybe that don't understand Tswana. But does it make me English? And this person was taken in by these people when she was 12. So she already knew. My daughter is 14. For goodness sake, she's already on her thingies of the women. I don't know, I mentioned them. You know what I'm talking about. She knows. She understands exactly who she is. She understands exactly where she comes from. She understands that, I'm half Tswana, half Venda. She knows that. So this person doesn't really want to... But you listen as it goes on. It's actually funny. And... I'm doing this because I just want people to understand, listen, this thing is very serious in a sense of how does other people see us and how do we see ourselves? Is this self-hate? Do we hate ourselves that much? And we're going to go into details of how our parents used to bleach their skin to make them appear colored or appear white, straighten their hair to make them appear colored because it was an acceptable thing that time. Remember, when you are dark skinned like me, you were pushed aside. But if you are light skinned and a little bit, you are like welcome to say, oh yeah, at least this one. Then, do you guys think that this is what's happening? Do you really think so?
Like, don't try to be fancy. You can just speak Zulu to me, and I'm like, it's not like I'm trying to be different. Just I don't know how to say that in your language.
Yes.
So from black people, I got that like she's trying to be better than us.
Yeah.
And then from like white people, it was more like, okay, but you should speak your language. You should be black. And I'm like, oh, like I can't win.
If we jump to, and we'll definitely come back to the chronological order, but if we jump to the question of identity, I'm listening to you when, like you say, if somebody tries to speak to you in Sizulu and you feel like I can't respond to you in your language, do you feel that Afrikaans is your language, if you understand what I mean?
Afrikaans is my language.
Oh, my God.
I was born and raised Afrikaans. I wish it was different.
Negro, when were you born and raised Afrikaans? Oh, come on, guys. Let's talk about this one. Did you hear that? Let me just try it maybe to put a little bit. Maybe you guys didn't hear this one. Listen to this again.
When, like you say, if somebody tries to speak to you in Sizulu and you feel like I can't respond to you in your language, do you feel that Afrikaans is your language, if you understand what I mean?
Afrikaans is my language. I was born and raised Afrikaans.
When was she born and raised Afrikaans? Hey guys, when was she? This kid was born in Brits here. All right. The grandmother took her in when she was 2 years. Okay. And she lived in the house when she was 12 years. When then was she born and raised Afrikaans? My God. Yeah, exactly, Linus. They do speak in Tswana, but talk of breads. And I speak English now because we are speaking English, because some people don't understand what I speak Tswana and they can need. But for her to say, and you said you were adopted when you were 12, but you were taken in when you were 2 by your grandmother. So how were you born and raised Africans? Wow.
I wish it was different. I really wish I could speak a different language or more languages. I'm in my 30s now and I'm trying now to learn. It's a bit late, but yeah, I wish I did speak a different language.
So, and I'm so glad you're expressing that, because the perception is always you don't speak this because you don't want to, or you don't take the interest in learning.
Can I stop you there?
Yeah.
When I was younger, I didn't want to. I was adopted, and like I was taken away from my biological parents, and I kind of hated them for just the way they treated me, or like the fact that I had to be adopted. So in my mind, I was like, I do not want to do anything about black people. I don't want to learn your language. I'm going to be white now. I'm going to speak Afrikaans, and this is me. It's just my skin that's black.
So almost like a rejection, abandonment,
yes,
anger.
Yes.
So what would be interesting to me is, and
do you have any psychologist in the house that can maybe tell me, Hori, is that no, not Munchausen by proxy. What do you call this thing? Where King personality disassociation disorder. Again, because and she wasn't adopted. Remember, the grandmother took her in when she was 2, and these people decided to take her into the house when she was 12. So how then does she hate people that she doesn't even know, in a sense of she doesn't know her whole family? Or does she mean she hated the grandmother? Because the grandmother agreed for these people to take her in. Like, what is that disorder called, guys, where you disassociate yourself? Is it the personality disorder or what? Please, if there's any psychologist in the house, let me know. Okay, and if there's anyone, please comment and tell me, and then we can be able to do this together. All right?
I hear where you're coming from. Is if we're saying, fine, I don't want anything to do with what you stand for or represent, because to me it represents abandonment, pain, and I don't know what you guys were dealing with. But you still have had Gogo with you. So how did you consolidate the fact that you're mad about this, but you're living a different life, which some might say is a better life? How do you consolidate those two thoughts?
I think in my case, it's weird. Through my eyes, I don't see my gran as black, and I don't see myself as black.
What do you see yourself as?
This person is crazy. I don't see my gran as black. I don't see myself as black. Listen to what she sees herself with. Oh my God, listen to this.
I'm a white person. It's weird, I know I sound like...
No, and
let me go back.
Through my eyes, I don't see my gran as black, and I don't see myself as black.
What do you see yourself as?
I'm a white person. It's weird, I know I sound like...
No, and it's this is the whole purpose of the show, is that we get to see the other side of it. Automatically, when anybody says that, especially...
Can I repeat again? Can I repeat that thing again? Listen to this.
In my case, it's weird. Through my eyes, I don't see my gran as black, and I don't see myself as black.
What do you see yourself as?
I'm a white person. It's weird, I know I sound like...
No, and it's this is the whole purpose of the show, is that we get to see the other side of it. Automatically, when anybody says that, especially because everybody's getting all woke right now, is for me to get an understanding of... Like, I know we've had a conversation where you say you live the Afrikaans culture. I mean, your man is Afrikaans. But do you see yourself as black and white? And for you to say white, is that because of the Afrikaans upbringing, or because there's nothing black that you can identify with?
It's difficult because I don't identify as being black. Also, like, I was brought up white. So I couldn't learn how to be black.
How do you learn to be black? Someone please tell me. How do someone learn to be black? You know, remember, this actually makes me remember that show Isidingo. Isidingo, the need, yeah. There was a cult family there. I don't know if Lioness you are familiar with that. Yeah, you are right. They feel white on the inside, but are treated as black by society. Obviously, in South Africa, language and names are not just labels. They are the ties to your ancestors. Exactly, my darling. You are right about that. I don't know if you remember this. Chico was colored, right? In Levanese, I remember they were colored couple, and they were in Isidingo, if I remember correctly. And there was a time when Chico's sister came to visit them, and this woman looked white, like she looked white, but she was colored because the mother made her look white. She bleached her skin, she straightened up her hair. I don't know if she fixed her teeth as well. She made her speak fluent Afrikaans, not like with a colored accent. And Chico, because she was married to a very racist white person, and then Chico wanted to blow her out of the water because she was a privileged white woman at that time, and she was staying in she was staying with this racist white person. So the white guy didn't like black people and obviously colored. So she wanted to destroy her and say, I'm going to expose you for what fraud you are, because you take us as if we are your servants, but you're actually your family. Because she lied to the husband that no, these are actually our servants at home. You know, they are not my family. The mother, Chico, and other siblings, they act as if they were her servants. You understand what I'm saying? So if this woman is saying, through my eyes, I don't see my granny as white, as black, I see as white. What is that? What is that? My goodness. Come on, Lioness. We are busy discussing this topic in my house, yo. This is a topic. Guys. Okay, thanks, Mama. I'm glad at least, I'm making some impact. Lioness is actually, she came today with her kids. The kids came to see me in the clinic today. And I asked the daughter, hey, Noses, where are you from? She said, I'm from Kimberley. I can hear the Kimberley thingy in your language. But she was speaking Tswana with me. Just speaking Tswana, all of them. The mother came after that. They speak in Tswana. They are fine. And like she said, the mother is colored. The mother is colored because of your grandfather. But when you speak Tswana, obviously, you understand what I'm saying. So, I don't know, guys. What is this? What's going on? Like, I know this, like she didn't change this person, by the way. You'll hear, but Motora, will you ever date a black person? She's like, no. I don't know why. I don't know what's wrong with us. Oh, your granddad was colored. Okay, sorry, my darling. Her granddad was colored. So your father is what? He's still colored as well? Or what? Or is it your mother's side or your father's side? Tell me now.
So now, from the beginning, I was raised white. I never had to learn how to eat with my hands. Something simple.
Is eating with your hands a black thing? Because I don't eat with my hands myself. I hate eating with my hands. My daughter is, my son doesn't. I don't eat with my hands. So I don't know, Khori, does this equate as for, does this make you black if you're eating with your hands?
I always thought of marrying a white man. So I can't, it's not like I can't identify with being black. It's just I never learned how to. And I never had the opportunity to learn from black people. So I'm white.
I'm going to come back to this because I think there's maybe layers we haven't delved into of you feeling like you're white and also you feeling like Gran is not black. I'm going to come back to that, but I really want us to talk. We've got dad and brother here. Now, to remind all of you, when Marie speaks of mom, dad, when she speaks of my brothers, you actually are speaking of your adoptive family.
Yes.
Right? So we're going to be joined via video call with dad and brother of Pa in Booty.
Yeah, well,
what do you refer to them as?
Because I wasn't adopted from the get-go, they taught me to say Kgosi, Tani Toy. So it was women Tani, and that's how I learned. So I've never called them like mom and dad.
Yes, I got you. Yeah. But when you speak about them to other people,
they're my dad,
you say
and my
mom and dad.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us.
It is a great pleasure for me to join you. Always a great pleasure to join anything that my children are involved in and to help them and just to be with them.
So I'm going to jump straight into the big question, which would say, do you see, is Maria Marie, interestingly, Maria Marie, is she your daughter for you? Do you see her as your child?
She's fully, totally my daughter.
Oh, please.
I don't speak of her, I don't think of her in any other way than my daughter.
You're on TV, man. That's why you're saying this.
There's no other way I can describe her or in my mind try to describe her.
Can you maybe share with us the experience of Maria Molefe, what was grandson name? Mwatse. So Maria Mwatse is working for you, and she now is bringing this child to say, I need to help raise her. Can you talk us through that experience?
Yes, I will never forget it. I don't know whether Marie informed you that that my first wife died of cancer. It's about 14, 15 years ago. And when Osituna, we used to say Osituna, Maria Molefe, Maria Osituna. We call her Osituna. And because we all call each other Tannie or all the children on the farm and everybody, we talk about Klasi, and I speak of Tannie Elsa, and that's all. That's how the children, that's how we were brought up, our children. And when Maria came with Marie, the first time, this little baby, she was not even a year old. I think she was just about a year old.
She said she was 2, man. Don't lie. Come on. She said herself she was 2. The granny took her in when she was 2, and you took her in when she was 12.
And she had terrible malnutrition. And I will never forget it that my wife asked Maria, Oma Maria, she said, Maria, what are we going to do with this child? And Maria looked at us and she said, Tannie Toy, liewe Jesus het vir ons hierdie kindjie gebring. Jesus gave us this little child. And I was thinking of it driving back this afternoon. If anybody asks me that question, it's all about being obedient. We had to be obedient. You can ask me about obedience just now. And we took Marie in. Immediately, she was part of the family. We were still a whole family that time. All 5 the sons were still in the house. And immediately she was taken up because we were not brought up in a way of disliking people and not liking people. My children were brought up on the farm. We all lived together. We all worked together. And they all played together. So there was no race discrimination among us.
Yeah, right.
And it was immediately being taken up into the household. I could see it with my sons, and our hearts were being changed as Marie grew into the family. Our heart, we had to have our hearts changed. It was a big change. It was a very difficult time in that time. Living on the farm, living in the farming community, living in a difficult time, and it was a test we were being put through. It was a test, and we said, no, we're going to take this test. We're going to go through this test. We're not going to give it up. The Lord gave us this little child to bring her up, to give her schooling, to help her. And yes, it's just I said to somebody this morning, I said, the love that we have received from Marie and everything that we have just received, we had no ever had any problems. We just had love. We just had blessings all the time. I was thinking of it. We had some difficult times, racist problems.
And I'm so glad you're
people-
jumping. I'm so glad you're jumping to the issue of race, because I'm thinking to myself, if it was 1986, 1987, that's pre-democracy, and maybe on the farms, you might have been a little bit isolated from what South Africa was going through, so it was easy to be switched off. But when you made the decision, like you shared, that she was a gift from God and you were going to follow through and be obedient, was there ever a thought in your mind which thought, are we making a mistake? Are we compromising her future in any way? Was that ever a thought? And did you ever think that you would be having her forever? Or did you think we're just going to help for a while until, mom and dad get themselves together?
Yeah, you know what? A lot of people came to us. Family came to us and they said, are you guys sure what you're doing? Or are you definitely sure? And deep within us, we had this assurance. We didn't know that time what lies in the future. It's like being in the COVID now. We haven't been in that situation. No people around us have been in that situation. We didn't have any help. We didn't have any guidelines. What do you do in this situation? And we had to write the book. There wasn't a book. We were writing our own book. We were writing our own story. And yes, I do think that sometimes the thought would come up, okay, is Marie going to lose something? I think the biggest mistake we made is, we moved down to Port Elizabeth. And when she had to start going to school, we didn't know Xhosa. We couldn't speak Xhosa. Maria's grandma couldn't speak Xhosa. The friends Marie's grandma made friends with were all Afrikaans-speaking people. And I think the biggest mistake we ever made was that Marie didn't learn. I know she can hear Tswana, but she never learned to speak Tswana. I think that is the one biggest mistake we made. Maybe some other mistakes, I don't know, that Marie can talk about. But we tried. We didn't try. We gave her everything. We really poured out into her.
Can I ask you a question? You're saying about that you made mistakes, and I think it's big of you to acknowledge, because there is no guidebook to say this is if you're adopting a child of a different race. Obviously now we have access to more information, so the conversations are easier. And I think I understand what you're sharing a bit better. I would love to find out from you. I mean, before you joined us, I was asking Marie about how she identifies, and I'm curious to find out from you, how do you think Marie identifies in terms of her race?
Yes, I know at school, people of our own race, let's say of our own skin color, they gave her bigger problems than any other people. And, they called her a whitey, and they said, yes, you're a whitey, you were the white.
Yeah, the reason why they did that was because you made her act like that. Tell me if I'm wrong. You made her act like she was a white kid. And I've seen this thing happening even amongst us as adults. Whenever we have a meeting and there's white people there in that meeting, always, and maybe it's me and maybe the other like another black person. I remember with me, I was in Whips. Whips is some agency in Joburg, and we're doing traveling medicals there. And I remember we had a meeting with this at the main office I think it's in Kempton Park, yeah. And this lady, it was me and her, only black people there. Everybody was white. She couldn't even talk to me. She couldn't even come and say, hey, how's it? Nix. She was amongst them, and she looked like as if she was uncomfortable that I was there. So if you teach a child not to like what she is, if you teach a child, if you don't make the child feel and believe that they are them the way they are, they'll automatically go to school, found some other black kids, doesn't want to play with the black kids, want to play with the white kids, because you never made her know that she's actually black. She can actually relate to both races, because even though she's living with you in the house, and then this guy talks about no handbook. How can you have a handbook on how to raise a child? It's a human being. It doesn't matter whether she's black or green. There's no handbook to say, oh, this is how you raise a black child, by the way, by teaching them to eat with their hands, by teaching them to sit on the floor or whatever that you think is black. So she herself as well didn't want to be associated as black. She said it herself in the video. So him saying that, no, even the people of her own skin color gave her a hard time, is because they saw this one, Pila. This person. She wants to be amongst this because she thinks she's white, only because her parents are white. Do you understand? So they actually contributed in destroying this little child. Correct me if I'm wrong. They contributed in destroying this kid. And now she can't even date me because of the color of my skin.
People and I know she went through difficult times. I know when me and my first wife worked in Spain, in London, wherever we were. I know she had big problems with relationships, because you must know the environment she grew up was in a white environment.
I want to pause you right there, because I don't want to lose any of the good stuff, especially to do with the relationship. So I want to take a moment to see, let's jump and bring your brother on, right? But before we jump and bring your brother on, is there anything surprising that Dad has said that you didn't know?
Not really, but I would like him to answer, because he didn't really answer your question about how do you think I see myself? Do you think I see myself as a white person or a black person?
I think sometimes, many times, I can see Marie. Let me put it this way. I see Marie more. I see her when I see Marie. Mm-hmm. We are in a white environment. Can I call it that way?
But you see, she's sitting right now with a fellow black sister. Because I see yes. Black sister. Mm-hmm. Do you think when she's sitting with me, she identifies as black, or do you think she identifies as white because of her upbringing? It doesn't matter whether it's a wrong or a right thing. I'm just curious of how you think she sees herself.
I think she's got a more she more leans over to seeing herself as white.
And that's fair then.
That's what I experience. That's what I see. This is what I see coming out of her. Not being ugly, but sometimes I think Marie is, let me put it this way, that she is a white person in a black skin. Can I put it that way? That's sometimes how I see it. Not being ugly or anything against any race. I don't think Marie has any race problems.
So I would like to find out from you then, and I think I can understand why you're struggling to answer it, because it can almost feel like it's an offensive thing to say to somebody, you think you're white, but you feel trapped in a black body, right? But I would like to know from you, how would you like for her to identify? I mean, you know who she is, you love her, but you also acknowledge, like what you say, that you do wish that she would have, for example, had access to learning Setswana. So how do you wish she did identify while still being your happy daughter that you would like her to be?
Lebo, I work internationally, and I work with many, many different cultures all over the world. And to me, I think the most thing that we missed in our lives is that we didn't learn each other's cultures. I don't want to go down that way, but I can see Marie as she is, being brought up in a white culture, in a white house, with her grandma being a Tswana. I can see her that she's adaptable.
And a grandmother living in a little servant's quarters outside. Don't forget to put that one in. Okay? Her grandmother living on the outside servant's quarters while you took the little girl in and give her a room upstairs. Don't forget to put that one in. Grandmother?
She adapts into any culture she can adapt in. And that's what I see in her. I think what comes forth out of her, what she does in the way she can adapt, is the way we've been living in long before.
So let me ask you the harder question. The harder question would be, if tomorrow, because I've dated white men and I've had a very multicultural upbringing, and in my multicultural upbringing, I still acknowledge that I'm in an interracial relationship, and I still can be pro-black as a black woman, right?
Yeah.
While choosing, but I think it's a different thing if a person says, I identify with white and I'm dating a white guy, maybe because that's what you know, which for you're dating your own kind. So in almost like if you dated a black man, that for you would be an interracial relationship.
Yes.
Yeah, it will be fair.
Yes, definitely.
Have you ever dated a black man?
No.
Would you ever date a black man?
No.
Why not?
It's not, I don't think it's the skin color or the black, it's just the culture.
So what if you met a guy who had a similar
What about the culture? Let's hear.
upbringing to you? Very similar story. Grew up in the farms, was raised in an Afrikaans household, doesn't know his home language, or maybe does, but is quite, rich in Afrikaans culture.
I think it would be weird for me.
Why? This is the part I'm trying to understand is does the black still represent your parents either not being good enough to parent you, or you feeling like you were not good enough for them to choose you?
I think it's leaning more towards me not wanting to identify with being black.
Thank you so much. Finally. Finally, I do not want to identify as black. Self-hate. That's how it starts. Self-hate. I don't want to. She made a choice. It's not a matter of I was raised and born Afrikaans. It's a matter of I made a conscious decision that I am not going to identify as a black person. Because for me, that's down there. And guess what? They will make you feel that you are black. They will make you feel that you are black. It does not make any difference. What you think that you'll try to say, I choose to. You will choose in your own head. But when you get to Cape Town, for example, they will show you that you are black. They don't care that your name is Molefe van Heerden or Molefe van Heerden or whatever that you call yourself. Finally. Wow.
So now dating a black person goes against that feeling. Not that I'm racist, obviously. I'm not racist. It's just I was brought up being white and...
No. You are not racist. You just hate yourself, my love. You can't be. You are black. You can't be racist anyway. But you just hate yourself. You can raise a child to be Chinese. That doesn't make them a Chinese kid. It makes them a black kid in China. That's it. And you've been raised, were you, like when she says, I was raised in a white household. Were you raised to hate black people? When you're raised to hate yourself as a black person? Were you raised to say, oh, now I cannot be? Look at her head. She's got braids. Isn't that a black thing?
In my head, I'm white, so I'm going to date a white person. And not that I'm racist, obviously. I'm not racist. It's just I was brought up being white, and in my head, I'm white, so I'm going to date a white person.
Oh, God.
And or like a culture close to me, to mine. I don't know.
Does your boyfriend refer to you as a black woman, or because you identify as white, it just is somewhere up in the air?
I think it's somewhere up in the air.
So he's never said, yeah, my girlfriend's black. Like if he's like, my girlfriend's on the way, Marie. Yo, Molefe van Heerden. He doesn't like give people a heads up. By the way, she's black, guys.
He
it's
should
just
do
like
that.
everyone sees you and they're like, oh, and keep quiet.
No, well, in the beginning, it was like, okay, so I'm dating a black girl.
Yes.
But now we don't even talk about it, or he doesn't mention it, because I don't think he, just like me, sees me as a black person.
Oh, he does. Stop it.
Yo, I've got so many questions.
No, he does. That's why in the beginning he said, oh, okay, now I'm dating a black man, a black woman. He does. And whenever he's with a circle of friends, they know that you're black, my love. Like, seriously, he does.
Questions, eh? So let's do this, Pa. We're gonna come back to you in a moment. I want us to talk to your brother.
I just want to come back to that one what Marie said now. I've been watching them, and there is nothing from George's side. There is nothing like that. There's absolutely nothing like that what Marie said. Nothing. And I can vouch for it, because me as a father that brought we've been thinking of this. Whether she met a Greek guy, or whether she met a Nigerian guy, or whether she met a Thai guy, or whatever, the person that was to be sent to her to meet up with her, I don't think it has anything to do with color. I think if the right Thai guy or the right Nigerian or whoever came along the way that she had to meet with, they would have met up. Then there was no color thing, nothing. Not as it is now. There is no color thing.
I think
That's how I see it.
the color thing comes more from my side.
I actually was just thinking that. I was thinking to myself, when people are watching this, it's almost going to feel like, actually, while the perception might be, something's up with this Afrikaans family, the question might be, are you still battling some internal things, which we will get to. For now, Ba, we're going to come back to you. I want us to talk to your brother. I mean, you mentioned earlier that you've got 5 brothers.
I used to have 5.
Used to have 5.
Yeah.
Why used to?
My oldest brother died in a motorbike accident.
Okay.
I was 2 or 3 years old, so I didn't really know him, but yeah.
And what was the age difference between you and the 4 brothers?
My youngest, I'm now 34, and the closest one to me is 45.
So 11-year difference.
Yeah. Like, we never actually grew up together. They were way older than me.
So who are we going to be talking to?
Well,
Kgosi.
this one. This one died.
Yes.
So the oldest one now.
Oldest one.
Yes.
All right. But we're coming back to you. Don't worry. We're coming back to you. We're going to talk to Kgosi. Okay, so Kgosi van Heerden is also joining us via video con. He's at his own place. And I think it'll be interesting to also get that perspective. But is there something that Boss said that might have surprised you?
Not surprised, but more like heartfelt. So I'm glad that I could have brought anyone home.
Yeah.
Like he said, I could have brought a Nigerian home or whatever, and he would have been fine with it. But I also think, like, not to speak for him, but in their minds, I think they'll be fine. It would have been better for me to bring a white guy home.
Okay. So we're going to be joined by older brother Kgosi van Heerden, who joins us via video con. Hi, Kgosi, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
So you are...
Sorry about that.
The hat, no problem.
I said sorry about that because I'm just hiding my hair, you know. Nobody's had a haircut since 52 days.
So maybe talk to us about your experience. You are the second oldest brother to Marie.
Yeah.
You by the time then that you came into the family, you were a teenager.
When she came in, I was first year university.
Oh, wow. So you are now approaching early adulthood. What are your earliest memories of Marie joining the family and being a part of the family?
I can just remember when Gran brought her to us and she put her in the kitchen. She was this tiny little thing, very thin. You could take the inside of a toilet roll and it could fit a whole leg through the inside of a toilet roll. That's how thin she was. Very, So we fell in love with her.
And
we just cared for her,
Marie mentioned earlier that obviously when she was growing up, because of the big age gap, it wasn't necessarily love and get along at first sight. What was the experience for you?
I don't know how she had it because for us, she was just this tiny little thing, we were 5 brothers. We never had a sister in our life. And here suddenly we had this little, and she was fantastic. We played with her. It's all I remember, She was just joy in our house since she got there. She brought, because, I don't know, my dad didn't mention it, because just soon after she came, my oldest brother died in a car accident. And then, it was a very emotional time in our lives. And she was, things changed. And, we loved her very much. Still do.
So how do you feel about the fact that, Marie's coming into almost like that 7-year cycle, you're approaching 35, and the older we get, we're trying to find ourselves. How do you feel about, how she identifies as an individual, or is it not even a thought that crosses your mind?
No, it does. Since she was small, I used to talk to her a lot about it because I knew that this would come up one day. I used to encourage her she needs to go visit her parents. She needs to go see her grandparents' parents, because they're still alive in the farm. I always encourage her to go there because I always said to her, you need to know who you are. You, because you are part of our family, you will always be, but you are also part of a different family. And you need to know who you are for your own good.
So would it surprise you to know that Marie identifies more as a white person than she does even a black person, and would probably not likely date a black person that at all, whether they had the same upbringing as her or not?
I don't know. I don't think that is a true reflection. I think she's been she identifies white people because she grew up with them. It's not that, and I don't think in her life so far she had the opportunity to spend as much time with people of different color, perhaps, because of the way she was brought up and in the groups that she mixed since she came from school. It's just, I guess, it's just who you are when the people you hang around with, and it's not by choice. It's by the way she lived and who she became. It becomes difficult. That's why. Even when she went to visit her family, always where she came from, it was difficult for her when she goes there, because, here she spent 90% of the time with us, and then she goes there for a little bit. She could never really identify with them, which is just a natural occurrence of the way that life happened and her time was spent with us, which I don't think it's a race thing. It's just time.
So how would you then respond to the person who would say, there's lots of children around the world that get adopted, and when you get to a certain age, you can make decisions, for example, about the circles you are in, about the people you have in your life. how would you respond to those people who would say, actually, no, she should be doing this? Or maybe, you might walk out and say, I just want to be myself. I don't feel I have to learn Setswana, or I don't feel, maybe you feel pressure to learn Setswana because people are like, hello.
No, when she was here in PE in primary school, my parents was, a lot of the times they were away on mission trips. And then it was just me and her and her mom at the house, and my other brothers were then studying other places. And so, I know it was Marie, when she made friends at the school, that's the friends she made with, and it was never a race issue. It's just friends, people she connected with. It never became a race issue, and we never kept her from any other races or speaking to other races or making friends with them. It's just who she identified with, the friends she made, the connections she made. And I don't think, I think where she is now, she's still got a wonderful life ahead of her. And she is now, because she become a celebrity, she will now be mixing with people of her own color and in the places where she's joining. And that's going to be good for her. Yeah. I'm looking forward to see what's happening to her. I'm always keep my eye on her life. I know she's going to be a huge success.
I have to say, I really admire the love your family has for you, because I'm getting goosebumps just thinking the biggest sense I get is that they just want you to be happy and they just love you as you are. Is that a sense that you've always felt with your family?
Always. I do remember like what Kgosi said, when we used to live together, he was like my big brother. He always used to tell me what to do and what not to do and always helped me. And even in school, I can remember my parents were they were never too hard on me or you have to get A's and you have to do all the sports. They were never like that. Whatever makes you happy, just be yourself and just be happy.
Can I ask a hard question?
Yes.
And you have to be fair, Kgosi. Do you think that your parents, your same parents, were actually kinder to her because you were the younger one, or because you're the one who came in from a very difficult situation? Do you think they were easier and kinder on you than they were if you were a biological child?
Let me ask you that. My dad always wanted a girl, and he never got a girl. We were 5 brothers, and so she was very spoiled. She got things. We were the 5 of us who had one car that we shared. She had her own car. She had her own motorbike. She was spoiled.
And now the viewers at home don't know that before we started shooting, all of us, myself and the crew, we were listening that you guys actually just speak Afrikaans. You're literally only speaking English for us.
Yes.
So if my Afrikaans kan bietjie beter wees dan ons ons kan in Afrikaans praat. Yeah, my Afrikaans ended in standard 5, and that's where it ended. But you actually speak comfortably all the time in Afrikaans.
Afrikaans is my first language.
Yeah, it's just the way we. She was part of our family. It's just when you interact with family, you just talk.
Did she say Afrikaans is my first language? Did you hear that? Afrikaans is my first language. Go there quickly. Okay, I looked at it.
Time in Afrikaans.
Afrikaans is my first language.
Yeah, it's just.
Oh, okay.
It's just the way we. She was part of our family. It's just.
I thought maybe I didn't hear well. Afrikaans is her first language. Hey, Lioness. Yeah. Anyway, it's fine. Let's continue.
When you interact with family, you just talk and you love each other most for who you are. That's just how it is.
I just want to answer the question that you asked about did my dad or my parents favor me more.
Yes.
I don't think it was more of a favoring more. I think it was more like protecting me from the outside world. So rather stay here and get everything here than go outside, because if you go outside, people might be rude to you and we don't know how to deal with that or understand it.
So it's almost like your upbringing was sheltered.
Yeah.
While the intentions were right, you might not have actually been properly prepared for the real world.
Yes.
Which is now dealing with people going, huh?
Yes.
Not understanding the bubble that you came from. Okay, I think I get what you guys are saying. Before I let you go, Buddha, I would like to find out, how do you feel about, I mean, I know she's got a man because I see her on Facebook and tra-la-la, la-ti-da. I mean, how do you feel about the fact that she's got love in her life and it might not look like a picture you might have imagined for her? Or maybe this for you was the most natural thing?
Well, she waited a long time, and she dated other guys, but she never got really serious about anybody. And she, in her 30s, she met George. And I'm happy. I actually said it's time for them to get married, I'm here as a,
So much
I said
pressure.
that guy should start paying, he should pay Labola.
Oh
and
my
I want
God.
a piece of it.
What do you know about Labola?
Are you guys going to accept Lobola? Actually, now that I think about it, if she does get married, are you sending cows are you?
No.
So you don't, if your family,
No.
would you include your biological family in the proceedings?
Only my gran.
So if your grand says, we need to do things the proper and acknowledged culture, are you going to say no?
Yes.
Is it because you don't agree in the practice of Lobola, or because you're not trying to practice a culture you weren't raised in?
Both.
Both.
It's not my culture, and really, cows and me, no. How
Cows
can you?
represent wealth. They represent so many things. And it doesn't have to be cows. It can be gold bars. It can be money.
Yeah, but
No, this girl needs help, guys. Come on. If she's still doing this to herself now, she needs help. It's not her culture. Yeah, Lioness, you hear that? It's not her culture. No, man, this woman needs help. She needs help. Like I said, I invited, if there's any psychologist in the house, please talk to me. Tell me, what do we call this? This is supposed to be some kind of disorder, some disorder somewhere. Someone must just tell me, what is this thing? I mean, really.
and I don't believe.
That's what I also said,
You just want money. I just don't believe in buying your wife.
Okay. No, I get you guys.
Okay. Let's fix this child a little bit, because she has actually a wrong perception of what lobola is. Lobola is not buying somebody. Okay? Lobola is not buying a wife. Lobola is just thanking the family for giving them their child. And in Tswana culture, it's actually deeper than that. In Tswana culture, it's more of the children that's going to be born in that marriage, in that union. Hence, if I can just put it briefly, for our Tswana culture, those who are Tswana like me, they'll tell me if I'm lying or not. One, if I'm dating somebody, right? I'm dating somebody and my parents will know about it. What they will do is they will visit the girl's family. If you're living in a village where they still practicing strong Tswana culture, they'll visit the girl's house and they'll stay there for the whole day from 5 o'clock in the morning. In Tswana culture, by 5, you're already up. The food is prepared. The water is boiling for the tea. Your father already had tea. The yard is being swept. That's if you're living in a Tswana village. By 5 o'clock in the morning, a girl child must be up and doing those things. So my parents will go to your house and just check and see how everything is. Check how you guys relate to each other, how you as the girl relate to your mother, how you as the father relate to them. How the whole family dynamics work. Then by 6 o'clock, they will leave. When the cows come back from grazing, they will leave. And they have to leave with something, like mabele or some milk or whatever. They will go home. When they get home, they say, hey, Bafanas, you entered a very good home where there's respect, there's warmth, there's hospitality, there's all this. There's this thing, man, that it's a home, not a house. It's not cold. Then after a few months, her parents will come to my parents' house. The same thing. And when they come, it will be the same thing as well, to check how I'm behaving with my father, how am I behaving with my mother, how am I behaving in the house, am I in the crawl when they come in? Let's say we have cows at home. Am I in the crawl when they come in the morning? Do you understand? To see that really I'll be a man to take care of your own child, right? If we do all those things and everything is fine, they'll go home and say, Wanaka, in other words, you entered a very good home where they'll take care of you, where they've got all this, where they've got all this respect and everything else that a proper Tswana house or a proper home should be, right? And then you know what her mother will start doing to hint that they actually want a baby. They will say, she'll start a pepula, Pretoria. A pepper Exactly, Lioness. In our culture, always joining two is the same as us as well. Is to join two families. So utlawa pepas stakone mama hanganyano. Onfa hinta hore say sikinako. You are someone's wife soon, so you need to see if really you can be able to produce a family for these people. And then they'll be saying that, hey, shiwatsaba mukotlaka kitsoro kemang, oh, kitlo tsofala khosna stol sikitlo spepang kastwan. You know, and the father, papa, and that will be a hint to the girl that say, hey, Mrs. Ceci, it's time. Because the families have already met. Ne? The families have already met. They've already met this year. And then the father will take me to his crawl and say, this milk is too much. I don't know, it's too much. I don't know when will I ever see my grandchild, loving this milk and enjoying this milk. Milk in Setswana and in black culture is food. Remember, it's staple food that you can eat. There's food. Well, sorry about this. There's somebody calling me and I'm busy here. Let me just drop them quickly. Yeah. Well, so that will be it. And then obviously, if we make a baby, ne? This might sound weird to other people, but let me listen to this. So after the hints have been given on both sides, okay, listen, Kinako. Because then it will simply say they are joining for good. If you produce a child between two families, you are joined for good. There was never illegitimate children. There was never one girl with different fathers, 5-6 kids, different fathers. That's how they are trying to preserve that. That we know for the fact that you're with this person. You're going to make a baby with him, and that means it's going to be his babies forever. There won't be anything, whoever's going to come again with another baby in there. And then if the girl is pregnant, the whole ritual of them I saw that in Botswana one time. Botswana there's a border gate there, so you can see actually to Botswana if you're in South Africa, but you can still see through that. And beisamola to go high, ne? But also the two then if kidumel or kinna, then yes, it's fine. Then my father will take one of the female cows with a little calf. I say, listen, take this to the family of, let's say, maybe Makumbani or a family of somebody. Take it there so that my grandchildren mustn't starve in that house so long as they're not in my house yet. That's how Lobola came into being. You understand? In a sense of my grandchildren can't be eating another man's food, whereas their grandfather, is alive and I'm capable of doing that. Do you understand? So it's not a matter of, it's not my culture. It's not a matter of buying somebody. It's a matter of it's saying thank you. Like in our culture, lobola is about joining the two families. Yes. And lobola is a thank you to the mother and the family for raising the bride. Hence, virginity was more important in that time. Because they know that your family as a girl will give you to this family with pride. And when they say we want 15 cows, it's not saying we are selling her 15 cows. We are saying we are giving you a most precious, beautiful gift that you have never ever had. This girl is pure. She doesn't have anything, you know what? You understand what I'm saying? So it's not about buying somebody and then Lioness, she likely views marriage through a Western individualism. No. Lioness, she's viewing marriage from an African's way. She thinks she's white, remember? She thinks she's white. I mean, how can you say, first earlier in the video, she said, I didn't learn to eat with my hands. As if it's a black thing. It's not a black, anybody can eat with their hands. I don't eat with my hands. I hate eating with my hands. You know, for her, anything that is not what she adopted for herself is not okay. But surprisingly enough, she's wearing braids in her head. How come? Yeah. Okay. She wasn't taught the deep this girl. Respect meaning behind the cows. Yeah, she doesn't know. And then how do you take out your parents who are maybe now older from your life just because we're now like you are ashamed of them and only my granny will come? And how can you do that? They are your parents regardless. You understand what I'm saying? So this person needs help, man. Like I've been asking, please, if there's any psychologist in the house, talk to me on what can be done for this person. Because if this is the life she's gonna live now, I assume.
I feel like we could talk for years. Buddha, I'm going to let you go, but thank you so much for joining us. Is there anything you want to share with
I love you. Yes, one thing I want to say. I'm very proud of her. And I know she's going to be hugely successful. I always told that from the beginning. Everything that she did well at. With no pressure put on her. I mean, when she did sport, she became the top of the sport she did. When she studied the sport science, she did very well at it. And everything Marie does, she just puts 100% in it. And that comes from her family side. I wish she can get to know her grandfather and her grandmother. I mean, even though they never had the opportunities that she had, they always, when they were working on the farm, they were that kind of people. They put 100% in everything they do. And that's where she gets it from. See, from us, she just got the opportunities. But who she is comes from her genes.
Thank you so much for talking to us. I really appreciate your openness and honesty, of course, to come to the conversation. And I mean, I wish you the best of luck. And of course, I'm feeling the love that your brother has for you. I really am. Thank you so much.
Okay. Bye-bye. Thanks.
All right. So before, we get to chatting about some of the things that brother said, let's get some words from Dad. Bar, thank you so much for waiting so patiently.
It is my pleasure.
So,
it's my pleasure. And
we spoke to Kgosi, and he had some loving words for his sister. And I'm just wondering, I mean, is there anything about your experience that you'd love to share with viewers, especially viewers that may have been in the same position where they've adopted a child of a different culture, because there's lessons you've learned that you know now that you could advise them on?
I've been thinking about this very much, and I just want to, what Kgosi said, and about Marie and about a grandmother. The 5 boys and Oma Maria. You know what? Oma Maria brought up my 5 boys. She brought them up. She was there. She was the one that played with them. She was there because my wife was a teacher at school. I was farming and the boys were there. I think why this whole thing mixed up so well is because Maria was taken into the family. She was part of a family. She was not a child working for us. She was part of the family, because we make people part of the family, because we are all God's people, and we are to respect and to love all people. That is what. Because I'm being a Christian, I'm talking out of a Christian heart. This is what the word tells me. The word says, respect all people. You have to respect all people. This is what the word says to me. And you have to love all people. Love all mankind. And I think this is what makes it a very, very, very big difference. We didn't take Marie in to be somebody in high places. We just normal people. Ons is nie ryk Afrikaans mense, and we are not even middle class.
Is ryk rich, right? So julle is nie ryk Afrikaanse mense. Julle
we're not rich people. We're not of these people that said, oh, you know what, we adopted a little child, and look what we did. We did this out of the love for God and out of being obedient and taking this girl into our hearts, taking her and doing what God expected of us to do. And I think this is what brought the whole thing together. Whether it's black or white or what it is, it never made a difference. I never spoiled it. Kgosi said I spoiled it. The people were talking to me and they say, but you can't do that, Marie. She said, you know what? I'm not gonna be different with her than I've been with the boys. We never went to the school and said to the teachers, oh, you know, our little girl, this and that. She had to fight a fight. She, as small as she is there, she's a piece of dynamite.
So let me...
And she fought a fight.
In essence, if I understand what you're saying, you are saying that for anybody who wants to go into feels that they have a calling to adopt a child who happens to be of a different culture, it's raise your kids the same, love them as you would your own, and
Exactly.
you are coming from a Christian perspective of to say, respect everybody. And for me, I always say you don't want a destitute child because while there isn't a black family to take you, it's like you want a child to have a home. Doesn't matter what it looks like. If I understand correctly, that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's. I've always wanted me and Marie to get to sit down, and I want her to write a book. I want her to write a book, how to adopt somebody of a different race. She's got so much knowledge to do that. She has it within her to help other people, not me. She is the one that experiencing being adopted into a different race.
And I actually think that the biggest reason that I wanted us to have this conversation is because it's so awkward to have the conversation, that I wanted it to be open, and hopefully that somebody can learn from the experience. And of course, having your family here means the world as well, to get their perspective. Bye, Donkey. Thank you so much for chatting to us. And
thank you.
Thank you. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Lina ki aleboha. Lina ki aleboha.
Raleboga.
Sala sentle.
So Dad has challenged you to write a book. What do you say?
I say it's a great idea. I must just get in the mindset of, okay, it's okay to be adopted, and people knowing that you're adopted. Because obviously I would love to help other people not go through the hardship I went through, and to make it easier for other people.
What is your current relationship like with your biological parents?
None.
As in, they are around still, but you don't play an active role in their lives, and vice versa.
The problem became when I was just started in the entertainment industry. I got calls and messages from my real parents saying, but you need to come back now. Started seeing me on TV, and people in TV are very rich. They've got so much money. So now I have to give money to them. And that just made me angry. You couldn't raise me, or didn't want to raise me, when I was a baby and vulnerable. And now that I'm in a position where I did well for myself, now you want me. And now I need to come back, and now I need to pay for stuff. So I just decided, you know what, I'm not about that life.
It makes me so sad to hear that. And I'll tell you why. I've had issues with my parents, obviously for completely different reasons to what.
Okay. Let's just recap a little bit. She doesn't want to help her family because they could not raise her. And when the video started, it was more of their grandmother took her because the kids were teenagers. The parents were teenagers. They couldn't raise her. They were poor, for goodness sakes. It's not like they were rich and just didn't want to help her. They were poor in the first instance, and the grandmother was a maid and who had to take her to come and live with her. So all of us, as black as we are, we come here to do some work and then still help home. I will never blame my parents or my siblings or cut them off because my parents died poor, very poor. I'm not rich now, but I can afford life, and I can afford to be able to take maybe one of my little siblings to school if God helps. You know, understand what I'm saying? But I'll never just be angry because they could not raise you because they could not. Not because they had money, so they didn't care about you. They just threw you away, became a street kid. Your grandmother had to take you in because they could not, they were teenagers first and foremost. Number two, they were poor. For the fact that your grandmother is busy being a maid in some other white person's house, meaning that they could not afford life. These white people, I feel like they could have told them, listen, we don't do that. Even though you grew up in our house, it's our fault that these people are like this. They should just be honest with them and say, listen, it's our fault that these people are like this. We didn't give them opportunity. Your grandmother is here because we didn't give her opportunity to go to school, to become a doctor, a lawyer, just like other people. But now she's got this bitterness inside her to say, oh, now because now I'm rich and everything, or now because I'm on TV, now all of a sudden. Does he know about like it's the same as you take another child, like you give me handsball, for example. And then one day, the ancestors will say, we want our child. And that child gets sick and everything. And then they have to be taken to the real parents' home. To be accepted in that household. Does she know all those things? Or was she just raised on a bubble? And she's white, in a way. Her own experiences.
What you do with yours. But I value them playing an active role in my life beyond just being the biology, you know. So the thing that makes me sad, and I hear where you're coming from, is that while you have your dad and your brothers, that I feel like, is there something that you are missing out on by not having your biological parents actively in your life? Or do you feel like, no, forget the biology, they actually are toxic and I don't need them in my life?
But who decides what is perfect and who decides what you need and who decides, oh, you actually need this and you're missing out on this? Who says I missed out?
Yeah.
Maybe I had the best life I could have had.
So not even missed out.
You missed out on your culture, my darling. Like you said, you missed out on a lot. You chose a life that is not yours and you made it yours by force. By trying to make yourself look white and act white and speak white and just date white, that's you missing out on a lot of things. You know? So now this life doesn't want to leave you alone. You have to come to a podcast and talk like this. Wow.
Per se, for me, it's more about you sharing that right now you don't have an active role with your parents as an adult. What's happened in the past, that can't change. And obviously, like you say, only you will know what is right for you. I think my perspective, because of my relationship with my parents, I can only speak from, wow, I feel that rich connection. Do you ever feel like there is something missing, or do you feel like there's really nothing missing, they're not adding value?
There's really nothing missing because I did have a mom and a dad. I also had two people who brought me into this life, but that was their role. That was their role and that was enough. And then I got actual parents.
Wow. Okay.
Do you have any siblings, biological siblings?
I do. I have a younger brother. Same mum, same dad.
And what is your relationship with him?
Also, same. I can't even remember the last time I spoke to him. I think he lives with my real mom. And my dad apparently has another daughter with someone else. I don't know. I just distance myself. Like, you have your life. I have my life, and it started when I was 2 years old.
And Gran, what's relationship with Gran Maria?
Gran, good relationship with her. I speak to her almost every third day or once a week at least. She is still in my life, and she doesn't work anymore. Obviously, she's a bit older, and I take care of her. Whatever she needs, I pay for. Yeah.
What does she feel about your relationship with your parents?
She would like me to go visit them, only for the fact that they are harassing her for many years. And they feel like, and only recently, that she stole me, which is not true. And that's why she wants me to go back and explain. But I don't feel like I don't feel I'm there yet where I can go confront them or like speak to them, because I might just say hurtful things.
So let's say hypothetically,
Yes.
mom and dad are watching.
Yes.
What would you say to them? And you can say it here or you can say it to me. What would you say to them?
Thanks for bringing me into this life, and I really hope things are well with you. Please stop harassing me and my gran. I'm not going to give you money. And I really appreciate for what you did that one day. And that's it.
Now that's cold. Damn. That's cold. Thank you for what you did once on that day. I'm going to give you money. Stop harassing me and my gran. Yeah. And thank you for what you did that one day. That once one day. Fuck. Yeah. Health services and click. Shut up, brother. Wow. Come, guys.
We skipped over the part of the relationship. Tell me a little bit about, without delving into the intimate parts, but you already mentioned you're comfortable, you, in a way, you don't see it as an interracial. You're like, we're same WhatsApp group. Mm-hmm. Is that still how you feel when you are in the outside world, outside of your bubble?
It's weird because George, he doesn't see what I see. And maybe it's just in my head. But
you mean in the world
in the
or
world.
in
So
the
now,
relationship?
No, in the world. So now we're outside and I can see people going or whispering or saying stuff.
Duh. What did you expect?
And I don't know if it's just my insecurities that makes up these stories, or is it real? Like they are.
No, dear, it's real. It's not your insecurities doing anything. Stop trying to make it as if, you know what, you're like, maybe it's real. Go to Cape Town and you'll see how real it is. Just go to Pretoria East, here in Manly. I remember way back in my time, around 2007, I don't know how many of you were still alive at that time or born, but hey, I was here. I was I was on a missionary group, right? And I was with another girl. She was Dutch, pure white, blonde hair and all that. She hated Afrikaners. She hated white people here because she knew what they did, like what they did. And we went to Cappuccinos in Manlane. When we got there, it was all white. People sitting down. All the waiters were black. And you could feel the stares. And she got more angry than me. I said, listen, Kgosi, come sit next to me. She was holding me. She was doing all. I'm like, you know what? It's life here, man. It's real. I was in the same year, I was in Oudtshoorn there in the Karoo. I was doing the same mission trip with other several white people. I was the only black guy there. I think I was the only black guy in town because all the black guys there are soldiers. They're in a camp. And it's coloreds who are there and they're whites. And the rich people there are white. And I will walk with this girl. She was African. She was white. Was Jeanette. And she would actually do stuff deliberately to piss them off. And she will come in. She will hug me. She will chase me. She will do all these kind of things. And the whites there, they will be so angry. They will do the same things. They will poke each other and say, and it's reality. But then for her to say, like, I don't know if it's me making up these stories. What is she trying to say? It's real. Get over it. Like, accept that you are black. Stop accepting that you are white and people are just having a problem with you. You are black with a white boy in South Africa. They will do that because they're not used to that. Whatever delusion that you have in your head does not mean that it's like that's how it is in the world. It doesn't. You are deluded in your own head to think that you are white. You are not. I wish you're sitting here, next to me, just sitting here, and then I will tell that. We saw. God Almighty. We're going to go to WhatsApps after this. It's going to be ending soon. This video is like 5 minutes left. After this, we're going to talk to the WhatsApps and all the comments, and we're going to talk to us, right? If I want me to call you, let me know. I'll call you right now live, and then we can talk about this thing. Umpuso, what do you think about today's life?
Talking about this interracial couple, because he doesn't see it. He doesn't see people behind our backs talking about, I'm already dating a black girl.
If you were saying insecurities, what would you say, like if you were to vocalize what those insecurities are, what would you name them? What would you call them?
I'm insecure about a lot of things. I'm an actor, so.
You okay, that too?
I'm insecure because I'm not white enough. I'm not black enough. And I don't fit anywhere. I'm super short. So there's a lot of...
Okay, I think Lioness, you are colored, ne? You are half colored. If I put it like that, wouldn't it be you who will say, I'm not white enough, I'm not black enough? Not me, as dark and black as I am, just because I'm speaking Afrikaans, I'll say to people, I'm not black enough, I'm not white enough. You are black, you are not white. Like, seriously. Yeah, she's half colored, a Lioness. And wouldn't be you, my darling, who will say, listen, I'm not black enough or white enough. Like, seriously. This girl is like me. Pure. Both black, both parents are black, both parents are Tswana, the grandmother is Tswana. They changed the grandmother's name to sound more Afrikaans. What the hell is that? Jesus Christ.
Little small things that just makes up this state of mind where I am at the moment.
What do you think would bring you to a point of comfortable, content resolution of, the subject that we're talking about? What is it for you that could happen that would make you say, whew?
Age.
Okay.
I think. I can remember when I was younger, this feeling was way worse. And it was way harder for me to make friends or excel in everything because I've always felt like I had to be perfect, because I already have these, like, I'm black, I'm short, I'm different, I'm loud, I'm whatever. So I always tried to be perfect. And like the older I got, I realized like it's okay not to be perfect. It's okay to be black in a white family. It's okay to be this. It's okay. Obviously, you get those days where you're down and you go back in that little bubble that you are. But I think age, the older I get, the more I accept myself.
I hope that you do get to share your story in detail. I mean, I literally feel like we skimmed the surface of a richer story that maybe we really could all learn from without even having to be adopted or to adopt. And I hope that you can express it in a way that can be healing to you. Like there's some things that I got goosebumps so many times talking to you, like, with your family, with you. And there's some things that I can't help but feel like they need healing. And I can't even say to what that is, but I feel there's some things that require healing, and I hope that you get that. What would you like to say to everybody watching at home about anything that you would like them to know?
Just be yourself. And while you do that, accept other people for who they are and what they are. And it doesn't matter how they look like or how they feel like to themselves. Just love each other.
Let's leave it there. Just love each other. Molefe van Heerden, thank you so much for joining us. I think this was such an insightful chat, and I came in thinking I know some stuff, and I'm like, wow, I don't know that much after all, but thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
And it's just a pleasure, and I hope I could help someone out there.
Okay. All right. Where's that thing? Let me see. Let's go here. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, that was too much to take in, boys, guys. That was a lot to take in, eh? Like a lot. Talk to me. What do you guys think? Let me go to the WhatsApps quickly and see. Because I do have a lot of WhatsApps here. Okay. All right. Yeah, we will do that. I'm on WhatsApp. Ke mama ke Lioness who has been talking go our TikTok. She sent me a very long WhatsApp, but I'm going to read it. She said, my personal perspective, let's look at this clearly. My own mother is a Jacobs from Northern Cape, born in a colored family. My grandfather was a pure colored man, but he spoke Tswana fluently. Now does carrying the Jacobs name make me not Tswana? Does it mean I have to hide where I come from? No, I love my name and I embrace my heritage. I'm an example that you can carry a name from one culture while standing firmly in the truth of another. We are South Africans. We are built of many layers. The question was that she need help. Yeah, she's now saying, looking at our sister, the Molefe, who wants to be a Van Heerden. Here's the truth. People are asking if she needs psychological help. She says she's fine. But when you see someone actively erasing their past, changing a grandmother's name from Maria to Marie, and refusing to acknowledge the Molefe blood, it shows a soul that is not at peace. It's not madness, but it's identity trauma. She's in a survival mode where she thinks she has to kill the Tswana girl and let Afrikaans woman live. This is not healthy. You cannot grow a strong tree if you are busy poisoning the roots. My advice to her is she's a bridge, not a wall, but a Van Heerden is her life, and that's okay, but being Molefe is a blood. She doesn't have to choose. She has a bridge between the two worlds. If you speak the Tswana side of the bridge, you will eventually fail. If you break the Tswana side of the bridge, you'll eventually fail. She needs to honor the name Maria. Changing a grandmother's name doesn't make her more white. It just makes her more disconnected. She needs to honor the woman who came before her. She can be a Tswana African speaking Van Heerden who honors Tswana speaking Maria. There's room for both. She needs to seek integration counseling. I wouldn't tell her that she is sick, but I would advise her to find someone to talk to about identity integration, not to change her back, but to help her carry both names with pride. Peace come when she stops running from the mirror. Then she continues saying, my advice to that Molefe, don't throw away a 1,000-year-old tradition just because you spend 20 years in a different house. And remember, if you don't want to pay lobola or do tradition, at least brush your teeth and bath before go to the wedding. People must bath, please. I don't know what this one means. And then she quotes a scripture that says, Ephesians chapter 6, 2-3. It says, honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment, with a promise that it may go well with you and that you may enjoy long life on earth. The verse doesn't say honor them only if you speak their language or honor them only if they share your surname. It says honor. In our African context, lobola and keeping our names is a form of honor. When we honor our roots, even the ones that feel far away, we are claiming the promise of a long life. When this lady, our sister Molefe, tried to change her grandmother's name or say she doesn't believe in traditions of a people, she's accidentally dishonoring the foundations she was built on. You cannot have the roots and love. You cannot hate the roots and love the fruits. But truly well with you, you must accept all of who God made you to be, the Molefe part and the Van Heerden part. I'm angry at her at this period. The last one, she says, my message today is simple. Don't be ashamed of your Maria. Don't be ashamed of your Molefe. God gave you these names for a reason. I'm Tsile Jacobs Masilo, and I honor every part of my journey. And please, as you go out to honor your parents today, make sure that you have washed. Don't let your spirit be clean while your body is struggling. Simple as that. Yeah. And then picture earring on your roots. It's a book. It's a daily devotion. You do that, Lioness, right? You do. Your daughter mentioned something like that in the morning when she was here, that you write books and she wants you to come here. Yeah, we will invite you to come so that we can talk about it. I like promoting local stuff. So if you have a daily devotion like that, please bring it over and then we can talk about it, my daddy. So guys, what do you guys think about that? For now, that was cringy. It was very cringy. For me, it was wrong. It was disgusting. It was shameful. And then her adoptive family didn't help her at all as well. They didn't help her at all. Yeah, they didn't help her at all because they are not helping her to get in touch of her roots. The grandfather said something, she had a problem with were the people from her own race. Of course they did, because the girl came in as a little white girl who doesn't want to be associated with them. they will, I mean, born. Example eso. When a child is a snob, instead of playing with other kids, she's busy on iPhone or she's busy on her tablet. No busy tablet. I don't play in the dirt. She's gonna be a snob, and they're gonna come on top of her like a mother. You understand? They will never let her go because, okay, you don't want to be part of us, then stay there. So they mustn't blame other people for how their daughter came out to them. You understand what I'm saying? For me, like I said, my example is my two kids. Kgosi is 14 and Junior is 7 next year. We're going to grade 1. They both speak English. Like pure English. Junior doesn't even speak any word of Tswana. Kgosi is trying there and she speaks with an accent. I don't care. But they know that they are black. They know that they are never ever gonna be white. They know they are black. They'll always be black. They will die black. And I did. And you know what I said to me? I said, no, let them continue with this life. Let them continue the language. It's not a problem. One day they will outgrow the language and speak another language. They do understand Tswana. Do you know what he comes? You understand? So this one embraced this culture so deep that it doesn't even want to be associated with anything black. Because for her, it's demeaning. You know, it's demeaning. It's way below her because I'm white. I like when she says, I'm white. And she actually cringes a little bit. Did you see that? I'm white. All right, other the committee daring. Lioness, sorry, maybe she doesn't drink tap water this one. Yeah, maybe she doesn't drink tap water. Onwa sparkling and bottled water. She drinks Valpre. She doesn't drink water like us, you know. And then it's very shameful, to be honest. I can't believe me and my kids are discussing this in my house. Yeah. And I go, what? I didn't want to do this today. I didn't think I'm going to pull it off. I was like, hey, should I? Should I not? Should I? I'm like, let me just do it. I'm bored. And then here, at least it has opened some other people's eyes. You know, I'm touched, Lioness. I'm touched as well, Lioness, you know. For me, it's something to watch something like this and to ask yourself, you know, our sorry, wrong timing. Kasatari. Okay, I'll pass by your house and bring you wine, my darling. Sorry, de. For me, the thing is, I was gonna say something. What was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. I'm location. I'm coming. Sorry. It's very shameful, to be honest. I can't believe me and my kids are discussing this in my house. Like, what I can comment to you, and I'm touched. Yeah, then I'm touched. And I commented this video. I've been meaning to do it, ne? Because I'm doing this mostly on YouTube, live, YouTube, Facebook. So I tried this one to get. Let me just see if this one can work, and it did. Thank God. You know, we end 5.2 likes now. Thank God. You know, thank you so much. Keep them that screen. Let's talk about this thing. Sorry about that. Being African, Bahaj. You know, I remember our parents. The reason why bleaching came into the picture. Bleaching came because our parents were made to feel ugly because of their dark skin. My daughter, one time in the Baya campaign, went to basic school, so they had a list of what they need to bring. And in there was a sunscreen. And she's like, they don't need a sunscreen. I'm like, you are dark already. God gave you sunscreen naturally. Go and lay in that sun, you're going to come back beautiful. You're going to come back dark skinned beautiful. You know? Our parents had to go through trauma, Bahaj. And this trauma is coming down to our children. And I'll tell you why. This thing of our sisters now putting fake hair, putting all this long hair, which for them is beautiful. I'm not going to body shame anybody. I'm not going to make you feel bad. I'm just going to give you the history of where this thing come from. Where being dark is seen as not beautiful enough. Where, you know, being dark doesn't seem to be beautiful enough. And, you know, but it's my color, because we've been programmed to believe that being light-skinned is something beautiful. It's something nicer. It's something that has to, like you have to be, if you're yellow bone, you are, yeah. I'm like, no, I actually want to be darker than this. I love my color. I'm proud of my color. My kids will be proud of their color. I'll never make my kids feel and believe that their dark skin is wrong. You as a color as well. Your skin color is beautiful. Embrace it. Embrace your dark, your black side as if it's my black side. It's mine. It's me. I'm proud of what I am. You understand? So our parents were forced to buy both escamela, memeza, and it destroyed their skin pigment. But talk more, they even have the chubaba. Because they were trying to become light skinned like this, but the hands are still dark as this. Because for Bone, have a look at the kitchen in Laba, what like Mercury Shopong, wherever, Bolechtenberg, these small towns, they will obviously look at your skin color. If your skin color is dark, they will put you aside, but they look for another one, who's lighter skinned. The reason why there was a genocide, go Rwanda, 1994, was because the Belgians who were colonizing Rwanda at that time, they actually preferred one tribe over the other one. They put the Tutsis above the Hutus because the Hutus were more dark with big noses. Like, see how big my nose is. Big noses and dark skinned. And the Tutsis were more looking colored. If you can compare colors of South Africa now, they looked more colored. They were a little bit noses there, and they looked fair skinned, and they put them up above the Tutsis, and above the Hutus, and the Tutsis themselves. They actually now wanted to live the life that I'm better than you. For example, in South Africa here, remember we have blacks, coloreds, and Indians and whites, right? But then amongst the blacks, we've got the Tsongas, we've got the Vendas, we've got the Tswanas, and everybody else. Even amongst our cultures, they make sure that they actually make us believe that we are better than others. We'll take a Tsonga person to be lower than a Tswana person. Even our townships, they don't look the same. If you go level Soshanguve, for example, for example, Soshanguve, it's the acronym. Soshanguve is not a name, it's an acronym. Soto, Shangan, Venda, and Nguni. Venda is VE. Nguni and Venda. They combined all those tribes together in one big place, and then they put sections within. Soweto itself, it's not a name of a township. Soweto simply means Southwest Townships of Johannesburg. It's Dube, ke Batswana le Basotho. Very beautiful. Ke Zola, ke Mazulu fela. Ke Watwat, ke Matsonga fela. More like Maxhosa, more like Ingi. And they will develop those places unequally, but just to make sure we compete amongst ourselves. So this kid, I give her blame me when she's my son is yellow bone. You see, so they will do that. Yako Soshanguve now. The HH, Kiko Matsonge, most of Kimatsonga. GG, Kimape, Dilabatuan, it's very beautiful. It's very nice, tarred roads. The HH kid RDP next door to PP1, which is the RDP Mikuku, PP3 Mikuku. But HH is like, a little bit suburb. EP, FF as well is very nice. That's where Nabatona Lima Pedicote, Leba Soto. Atteridgeville, for example. Atteridgeville, Ostad. Kofitla Mola Mosiku, Kotala Mokala from Heights. It's very nice as well. Very beautiful. Even Matwatenga Snacksimari, it's nice. It's Ville fella, for example. So it's Ville Kid Hostel, Kema Tlamanga, Snacksefella, Babatasama Vendale Matsonga Kotenko. You understand? So competition amongst us as well grew because we envied each other to say, Mari, this is not right. We're now because the system that time made us compete amongst ourselves. So for Nature to do this, there was just an awareness of this is still real. Yeah, the video is not the Amabani, but the video is this kind of life, it's there. It's there. And how much we try as South Africans to say, listen, let's be one. There are people who are going to pull the other side and say, no, I'm better than you. I can't be like you. Don't even try to make me be like you because I'm not like you. You understand what I'm saying? There will always be people who are trying to do that all the time. So it's a pity that we are in this situation today. The girl is in seventh land, something it's an motive like yeah. But she still has those issues. It's a family, she's white. Even if you can adopt even if I can adopt a colored child, ne? Ki tlo mo kgodisa as Motswana obviously, mare nka se baka mo deny his or her cultural side ya bo colored. She will choose. She will choose what she's going to be. It's up to her. But then for me to encourage her to say, listen, Motswana, iba Motswana forever, that is wrong. That is wrong. Let me see if I've got some WhatsApps. Tell me what you guys think, man. Rafet and Oskali, because I've been in this thing. It's almost 10 o'clock now. Can I go, man? 20 minutes past 10. I've started this thing 7:30. Look at me. It's nice to be on a live TikTok, ne? Isn't it? And tell me what you think about the live, please. Let's have some constructive criticism. Comment. Sorry. Is this really worth it? Was it worth it to sit with him all these hours and talk about this? Tell me. All right. It's live. It's live. You are live. You are or live. You are live now on TikTok, my daddy. Thank you so much. It was worth it. So let me know as well, Hori, how often do you want me to do the lives like this? And give me topics that I can cover. And if you want to be with, now more political, ne? Not more political. I do political topics, even though I've got a clinic and everything else. But medical stuff, I really don't do this unless somebody and Tari, can you maybe help us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we can do a live. Yeah, maybe let's say circumcision. The importance of that. Like if you don't do it, what's going to happen to you and all. So let me know on the comments now. Okay, what do you want me to cover next time? And I will do that because, like I said, this is the first. It's not the first time I do a solo TikTok live. I've been doing this over every single day with the team. Yeah, Kgosi, yeah, remoting breakfast show every morning. We are doing that. So this is actually a first time I do this thing. And tell me if I was nege porter or tell me if I nege buys on nege, and where can I improve? And we'll improve because remember I'm here because of you. This 5.5 likes, yeah. Okay, politically, yeah, but I'm afraid I don't know that. No, don't worry, come. Let's discuss it, man. If you can go check my Kgosi Live podcast to go YouTube, you'll find there's a lot of politics in there that we do. There's live videos, there's videos as well. You're not actually subscribed to that one, so please subscribe and follow us here as well. Subscribe on our YouTube, which is Kgosi Live podcast. It's in YouTube. You're good, hey. We must. Yeah, we should, my sister. You should come. We should do. We should really collaborate and see what we can do. Because your daughter told me that you are writing books, and I'm like, no, she needs to come. I need to interview her about those books. So tell me, guys, now what do you think about today? Do you think it was worth it for you guys to spend all these hours with me, or just a waste of your data, a waste of your time? But now I had a good time, man. I never thought I can pull it off, but I've been doing this, like I said, this thing called YouTube or Facebook most of the time. So I get like to try this one because this one is more popular and it's more in your face. TikTok is like you're sitting there and people just joining and people are telling you, talking to you and everything else. So like I said, tell me what you want to talk about next time and we'll arrange for it and I'll go do more research on it and then we can talk about it. So, kids, do we stop here or do we continue? Or le shapo le la pilenya korobala. But I want to thank, before you can go further, let me thank Jacobs. That is Nozizi. I hope I'm calling you well, my girl, Nozizi. She's been a top viewer for us today. And then Lioness, the mother as well. And then Queen V, that's the mother of my kids. And then Her Majesty as well. She's been, they've been the top, the top viewers for today, and they've been sending me so many gifts. Thank you so much, guys. Let's continue tapping that screen as well. Okay, and then we definitely need more of this. Yeah, we will, Miguel. We'll do it as much as you guys want, and then let's carry in with this one. Yeah, the roots, it's very important. So kids Lioness say, oh no zile, sorry my darling. No zile. Na ke no zizi wena mo WhatsApp yakhe. Because it knows easy but no zile. So no pila to be short, again. Yeah, no, she was here today to come and see me at the consult. So no, and then the very beautiful family, Shem. I got to meet them today, and very fun indeed, and I love them. First time I meet up with them, but it feels like I've known them forever. The interaction, the talking, and just that relation. Beautiful one. Yeah, okay, no Zizi. So kubite no mfanakane. Kubite no. You're our top gifter for today. Thank you so much, Madani. Top gifter, yeah. So bakaichu akiti yaka nefela mutaba. If you have anything to say to me now, let me just check WhatsApp if there's anything on the WhatsApp line, and then I can be able to discuss that as well. All right. Can I call you now, Lioness? Let's keep nosy. All right. Sharp. I'll keep it like that. Nosy is cute, eh? Yeah, influencer Jacob. That's how people know her. Nosy. All right, my dear. Yeah. Akita, can I call you now, Lioness? And then maybe we can be able to King Okari, got this Roots book. Or I don't know if you want to join the live, and then you can people can see you as well. And talk to you. Or about the roots, because no worry, let's talk about the roots. It's very important because you like you said, it's morning devotions. Let me just check it here. Honor your roots, Tsile, Jacobs Mashilo, and then a daily devotion. So I don't know, should I call you now, give you a call quickly, and then you can be able to explain to us online. There's Kgosi FM, oh. All right, no, it's fine. I just got a message from her now that she can talk now. All right, so it's fine. What are about Ning? When shame. Wow, to Tomak is staying. Lioness. What Tomak is staying, my fathers. What's I came here how do we do this thing? All right, so this is still Kgosi FM, this is still Kgosi FM, as you see. Background Kgosi FM, coming to you live on TikTok, which is kgosi.fm5, and this is the same page you use every morning from Monday to Friday. There's a remote Nale kgosietsile Mkhize and Mureri Munama here on this platform, and coming to you live again on www.kgosiefm.co.za. That's our radio website that we do. I saw in the comments earlier, somebody was saying, let me just go to that comment earlier. Somebody was saying, I've encouraged them to start a online radio station. Let me just read that comment loudly so people can understand and hear what I'm saying. Flamisdo Malakabe, are you inspired me to start an online radio station? I used to follow you up on TikTok. I'll help you, and anybody else who needs to do what I'm doing now, because talk about on one. But how much information, like why they are information, because information from the information does not make them gonna be better than you. This whole thing, that name. Let me show you camera guy. That name. Can you see that? Oh, sorry. It was that name there. It was that name. That one. Name? It was that one. Word on the streets with kgosietsile Segongane. That used to be the name of this podcast. Haneki Simolla. And I would ask other people how they started the podcast, and they will duck and dive. I just was out of information. Okay, like this thing. And then one day I'm scrolling on Facebook, and then bam, Spotify says, "Do you wanna have your own podcast?" Okay, yeah. And then I had a podcast. This one, right? It evolved from that up until Kgosi's. I'm talking up until this one. Can you see the name there? The Kgosi is on a live show. It evolved to that, and then I changed it now to Kgosi Live Podcast or Kgosi Live Show, like you see here. Yeah. Well, so if you do need help as well to start an online radio station, I can help you, and I can hook you up with everybody with the people that are hosting me. It's cheap. It's $4.90 a month to pay for that, and you have your own radio online. You can play music. You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever I'm doing now. You can do whatever you can do whatever you do. It's up to you. Ne? Another thing that I actually have that I showed Nosisi this afternoon was we have Kgosi TV. Kgosi TV is an online platform like YouTube, like your TikTok, just that I'm not live yet. But you can go there and open your own account, and it is uncensored, it is unfiltered. You can post whatever you post, so long as it's not violent, obviously, so long as it's not sex, it's not porn and all those things. So you can post whatever you post there freely without being told or copyright about music owner and whatnot. It's the same platform as YouTube. It's called Kgosi TV, www.kgosietsile.co.za. Let me just type it here. .kgosietv. .co.za. Name. You just go there. You put it there. Yeah. Okay, my girl. I can't wait. I'm gonna check now today. Your account, and I can't wait to post up the years. So you post anyway. You post everything on a post. You can see there's other videos already there. So let's create our own local media. We mustn't depend on YouTubes and Facebooks where you do a live like this and then they'll start sending you messages. Oh, this is not according to our thing. Let's take it off and all. So there you put your videos. People will subscribe to you. People will follow you there, and you can share the link that you share on your Naena. You can share the link as you can share the link YouTube as well. So you do that. Let's make this work. It's not a matter of making someone else's rich, ne? And now I'm one person. I always go out for everybody. You know, now I'm been talking to other boys. They're in Lotus. They're producing music. I told them they must come. We must put them on the platform. People must know them, and they must bring their music to me, and we must play their music. I've got my own artists on Kgosi Music. That we have a studio here. We have a studio there that we're gonna launch next year. It's called Kgosi Music, where I already have artists with songs already out. And if you are and you're struggling, you want to get your music out there, come to us. We'll help you for free. We won't charge you anything. You understand? Because I believe in helping each other, and I believe in if some of us we grew up with a dream of one day having something like this, and God at this age gives it to me, and somebody says, you inspired me to start my own online radio station. I will help you wherever I can. I'll give you contacts of who to speak to. We'll make sure by the end of today, you have your own radio station running up. And then you go out there and you become a creative yourself. I'm proud of Nosisi for being an influencer. And I've asked her, one day we're going to ask her to come and influence and promote Kgosi TV. You know, because we want to be out there. People must know that we are here. As black as we are, as poor as we are, but we can still do things happen. Beside the careers we chose, beside anything else that we did, what we are doing, but at least we have something like this. And, you know, but from the words of a very powerful woman, she once said to me, you know what, I'll rather sleep late or come home late from my own thing than come home late from someone else's thing. You understand? I'll rather sleep late from my own thing or come home late from my own thing than come home late or sleep late because of someone else's thing. That's what drove me to do what I'm doing today. At the time, Nagoti people are out there, it's nice Saturday, but I'm here because I'm doing what I love, which I've always wanted to do. And here we are. So let's help each other, Bahechu. Let's help each other grow and be as big as we can be. Okay, this is Kgosi Media, man. We have radio station Kgosi FM, obviously, and Kgosi Music, and Kgosi TV under the belt, and we have this podcast, Kgosi Live podcast. So, Lord, if you want me to help you start your own podcast, do whatever platform you on ours, talk to me. The number is still 064 548 7176, 064 548 7176, and then that's true. I always tell people that I only take a nap, even if it's 3 hours. That's a passion you have. Yeah. So loudly more too. Like you don't. Rather start your own thing. I don't like an employee. I'll tell you why. Because employee are create something and then you pay me. But somebody who comes, we can't all be entrepreneurs, obviously. We can't. And we can't all be doing what I'm doing. But there is a talent that you have somewhere that you can tap into and say, listen, now I'm good at this. And I always ask whoever works for me, I always ask, listen, what talent do you have? I always push them. What more talent do you have? One of my receptionists, I've seen her. She's good with the camera. She likes content. Mologo. Ogo Porogadena. We let her for December. I told them to go home. She likes content and she can really shoot videos to hide. They're so interactive and they're so nice. And I told her, listen, you wanna come? Kgosi TV is here. You're gonna be our camera woman. I haven't told her yet, by the way, and she's got this talent, but just tell Onyaka boost. So I'm gonna boost her up to say, listen, come and be our camera lady for Kgosi TV. Let's go out there and make content and push it in there. That's what we do. So what you see here at the bottom is my clinic. In the middle, this one, that one, and then this one is the merchandise that you have on Kgosi TV, on Segongane Media House. If you want to get kitty caps and all that, and then this one here, that one key, the main company that Nike Kgosi Segongane holds in general trading, and those are the brands under. Kgosi TV, Kgosi Music, Kgosi FM, and then Segongane Medical Services and Clinic. Yeah. So let's help each other grow and become as big as Mudimu wanted us to be. Let's not be like Marie van Rensburg or are flying under the curse of other people just because she could not stand on her own as a black Tswana woman. You know? Yeah. I salute you and thank God for meeting you, Dr. K. Mema Lioness. Entrepreneurship is me. I always tell people I was born to, and that's our people I was born and what I was instilled in, and also what I've instilled in my kids. Yeah. And your kids, one of them is an influencer. I don't know others, but kids are an influencer. These influencers, they promote stuff and they do all these things. We have an influencer as well on Kgosi FM. Kgosietsile Mkhize. Please check her on TikTok now. She's a model. She's a women ambassador. She's doing a lot of things. She's a content creator as well. So check her on TikTok. Kgosietsile Mkhize, right? Follow her there, please, as well, and encourage her work. She's part of Remoting Breakfast team right here on Kgosi FM every morning from 6 to 9. We are live on radio or live on TikTok. So you either listen on www.kgosiefm or you you watch us live here on this same platform here, kgosi.fm5. Yeah. So akids bagech na ke feditsa no ke la pile ke ga ka lena ke go ikutsa wa bona or ke fete ko wena Lioness ke tle ka wine le re bona re dirang ka re go thare you are busy with the ditaba, so I won't invite gore ke tle go wena ke tle bona re dirang ka net, so o rometse location am sure ne location ke go bona like mara ko WhatsApp, and she's very touched. It's very important when you talk entrepreneurship that then you can call. That's me. Are you going to be able to talk? Are you going to be able to talk on Poto Dintang when I miss Lioness? Let me just answer it quickly. Are you gonna be able to talk? Well, yeah, but it's okay. We'll do this live again, and like I said, send me those topics, Mahej. Send me those topics, or you did send me a location. Yeah, okay, check it on. I get some okay one time. Send me those topics, guys. If you want to talk about anything, and then I will go and do my research. Even if it's a medical thing, right? Even if it's a medical thing, you want to talk about something that you're not sure of, send it to me, and then we'll organize a talk like this, and then we talk. And then we make sure we help each other, because at least the TikTok is still free to use like this and to help other people. And it's easily accessible than YouTube and Facebook. Facebook used to be, but nowadays it will. So at least TikTok has taken over this thing. So it's more accessible to many people. So if you want, like I said, send me those topics. Let's talk about this thing. Then I'm telling you now. Yeah. Like I was saying, I've got my boys. Some of my artists, I'm just gonna go out with one of their songs so that you guys can be able to hear what I'm talking about, and then you can actually follow them as well. But Bamoteng on every platform and music that you know of, they are there. So you can actually go there as well. And follow them there, and please download their song. As well. Good day. Right? So I'm going to play one of their songs that is actually more popular. The one that is been released already, so that you guys can be able to go and search them. Go all the streaming platforms that are there. Let me just do this quickly. Give me a second. I want to go in here. And like I said, constructive criticism. Constructive criticism. Criticize me constructively. Right? Sorry. Criticize me constructively. Tell me how did you find the life that today? And then like it was TikTok on the phone. Then I can be able to play you this song. Yeah. Jesus, I forgot. Yeah, but it's okay. I'll play it now quickly, and then you guys can hear it. And then bye-bye, center for tonight. And then hopefully, we'll do this again very soon. Because I can see that actually it works. To do a live TikTok, it works. So let me just put this song here. Okay, Kgosi FM, Ushono Mosha. If you search for it, the song, just say Ngizokuthanda. And then you will see, it will say Kgosi FM Ushon Omusha. Ne? Ngizokuthanda. And then you will see, it will say Kgosi FM Ushon Omusha. And then the cover yaboneke two boys, two very handsome boys. And then you will see ke bone ba ke stole le selo ke stole ba fana ba go anka botore ke kopana le bone kae ba tlile mo nna mona ne get a show live show, and then they came. You know what, I'm gonna send you guys. I'm gonna really we're gonna do this. We are not a very big company. We've got money, signing fees, and all those things. But have a stable where you guys belong. So they came in. They are from Vredeshem. They are very, 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 very underprivileged. Quite a lot poor, but underprivileged, and they're just trying to get a leg in. And we put them in there, and we push their song so that their song can actually be popular. They can just start making money. So remember, again, nowadays we don't buy CDs. We stream music. So if you stream their song, that song will actually make money in a way. It's bought, it's bought. So if you go on to YouTube Music now, Spotify, all of them, Apple Music, you'll find the song there. So just download it. Just play it as much as you can. Share it to other people to play there. So let's just make them money. You understand? Let's just make them money. At least they can be able to their fruits of their labor. It's our okay. Okay, that one. Yeah. So let me play the song, and then after playing this song, I'll be saying bye-bye, and then I will see you guys next time. And keep on liking the live, please. Keep on liking the live, and then let's enjoy this song.
Sokuthanda ngokuphelele inkomo ngizithumele Sokuthanda ngokuphelele inkomo ngizithumele omalume bakukhokhele yathemba uzimisele Sokuthanda ngokuphelele inkomo ngizithumele omalume bakukhokhele yathemba uzimisele Sokuthanda ngokuphelele inkomo ngizithumele omalume bakukhokhele yathemba uzimisele mntana omuntu ngicwele ngawe amehlo mawabonakala ngawe namachita mawabona hlanya ngawe uthando lwami mina liqwelelana winkanyezi daluphelele mina mangikubona mina ngivele ngibe wesi mangihamba nawe ngivele ngcebele abanakile abadala thina sibhekele Lothando lungangolwandle ngicela ungangivaleli ngaphandle dali wami emlanjeni ngizokulinda ngeke ngilale nebaningi bebafuna bahluleka dozi lami kodwa mina langithumela ngeke ngivume ngawe mina ngithaneva sengizwile ilameva lothando lungangolwandle ngicela ungangivaleli ngaphandle dali wami emlanjeni ngizokulinda ngeke ngilale sokuthanda ngokuphelele komo ngizithumele omalume bakukhokhele yathemba uzimisele sokuthanda ngokuphelele inkomo ngizithumele omalume bakukhokhele yathemba uzimisele sokuthanda ngokuphelele inkomo ngizithumele omalume bakukhokhele yathemba uzimisele
kudala ngifisa ukuthi mina ngikuthole abangifunayo ngikhathiwe mina I'm sorry umuntu omuhle esivela ngawe cela uvume mina ngihambe nawe angidlale mina ngijuthekile ufuna wena wedwa sithandwa sami sikwenzile konke bona abahluleke bonke dala bathi mina ngikhohlwa bona ukuthi sijabula sonke sikwenzile konke bona abahluleke bonke dala bathi mina ngikhohlwa bona ukuthi sijabula sonke sikwenzile konke bona abahluleke bonke dala bathi mina ngikhohlwa bona ukuthi sijabula sonke
sokuthanda ngokuphelele komo ngizithumele omalume bakukhokhele yathemba uzimisele sokuthanda ngokuphelele inkomo ngizithumele omalume bakukhokhele yathemba uzimisele sokuthanda ngokuphelele inkomo ngizithumele omalume bakukhokhele yathemba uzimisele.
Yeah, like I said, those are my boys, man. That's my boys. So please check that song. Pila go Spotify. They have the song, YouTube Music, wherever you stream your music from. Just type Kgosi FM, or make it to be easy. Just say Ngizokuthanda, Ngizokuthanda by Kgosi, or Ngizokuthanda. Then you will see these two other boys that's standing back to back. I just don't have the picture. I will show you now. They're standing back to back, and then keep on about. Then you please stream the song. We stream it, or we stream as much as you can. We stream as much as you can. That's one of the songs you'll see it. So continue please doing this for us. Let's help each other. And let as Kgosi FM or as Segongane Media House, if you're in a media thing, we are open to helping you in any shape or form. Okay? Whatever you want help with, let us know and we will be there as well. So for it, too much. Thank you so much for joining me today, man. It was a very beautiful pleasure. Here we are again. 48 minutes after 10. No, I have to go home now. So please, let's stream that song, Yakupel. And then, like I said, send me your topics if you want. Whatever you want me to talk about, to touch one day, and then we can be able to do this live and interacting like we've been doing now. And the lioness, I don't know how put you on point. I know my Tswana sucks though, but I'm Tswana. No, sisters, there's no other way again to use. So thank you so much, guys. Tata, thank all the people that I've mentioned that have been our top viewers and everybody else that has gifted us. We've got 98 diamonds and 1 gift, 7.6 likes. As to now, we're at 38 US cents. Let's follow this page at Kgosi FM, Kgosi.fm5. Let's follow it here on TikTok. And then my podcast, go YouTube. It's a Kgosi Live Podcast. Okay? Kgosi, like you see at the top, they can do it. Yeah, at the top there. Hey. Yeah, at the top there. Like what I'm calling. Kgosi Live Podcast. So subscribe on it. I'm gonna post this video there today. I'm gonna upload it tomorrow. And then please subscribe and keep on, share the video, like the video, and then comment as well. If you didn't comment today, comment as well. I'm going to put it there. It will be under our videos tab. So it's not live on YouTube. Remember, it's live on TikTok. So I'm going to put it there. So thanks so much for being with me, man. Too much. I love you so much. Thanks so much for taking your time and your data to be with me. Thank you so much for being with me today, man. I love you so much, and I hope that you'll join me again next time when I do my live. That will be great as well. But so thank you so very much for that you have done, that you're here. Thanks so much. Let me see if I can maybe play with another one. Another one of what am I gonna do? This one. Tapitori. It's another song. It's another song in our stable. I know him. Fame South Africa. Okay. He's called Fame South Africa. He's one of our boys as well. So I'm gonna close out with that one. Yeah. So one of the guys that are from Friday, the very same 3 or 4, they are all friends. So they came here and we sent them up. So we released this song as well under their belt, under our belt, Kgosi Music. And then Apitori. So I'm going to close this show, Apitori. And I want to thank you so much for joining me and for being with me. Lioness, thanks. Kimotile and sisters, Kimotile and Kiatla. So I will see you soon. And then, guys, thanks so much for being here today, man. You are the best, and I love you so much. Bye-bye.
Ehlanganisa patanisa siyabasiza harifihla barethetsa pitori Skimi ake kolotisi ake nyake politiki skamputsa ditori Aikoli Salam alaikum salam Tikimusa zaga makwala Nalema genga itana Mama salam hapetse ka tatancha Skadibala tatancha Skataka ma tatancha Skataka ma khahancha Sataka mangancha Loma le bonjonela Kala ninga shonila Otili tsotsincha Kalobona go ninja Kanti wanu fuzuban Kanti nina nkhuluman Stupunta sifutumat Kumatseri ya shushuban Otinse bafufuna Otinse bafufuna Young nigga about to go up Young nigga about to grown up Never blow me by the corners Change gear so we went up Say clear with my chest out Smoke weed then you black out Ehlanganisa patanisa siyabasiza harifihla barethetsa pitori Skimi ake kolotisi ake nyake politiki skamputsa ditori